area. The Broncs will welcome in the Rock Springs Tigers to Natrona this evening. The Broncs are coming off their 37th straight win, shutting out Cheyenne Central last weekend 41-0, and the Tigers are coming off a loss to Thunder Basin last weekend 45-20. The Broncs have won the last 22 meetings between these two teams, with the last loss coming all the way back in 1959. However, this Rock Springs team has given the Broncs some tough games over the past years, including an 11-point win for the Broncs in 2022 and a 3-point win for the Broncs in 2021. This year's Rock Springs team is 3-3 so far this season, and the back half of their schedule is going to really put them to the test with the game tonight against the Broncs, and then they take on East next Friday and Kelly Walsh to close out the season. On offense, the Tigers are a heavy rushing team, averaging the most rushing yards per game on the second most attempts per game in the 4A this season. Head coach Jeff Maury will get a little bit more into that once we get to our interview with him. On defense, they've been smack dab in the middle of the pack when it comes to defending the run, giving up 122 yards per game, and they've really struggled defending the pass so far this year, sitting at 9th out of 10 teams, allowing 150 yards per game through the air. The Bronx special teams probably won't have as many chances in this one to make some fireworks happen, at least in the kickoff game. Rock Springs kicker Michael Rubik has 24 kickoffs, resulting in touchbacks out of 27 attempts. 24 of 27 resulting in touchbacks. We'll see if the Broncs can get their special teams going in the punt game instead. Will the Broncs be able to slow down the Tigers' run game, and will the Broncs be able to get an effective passing game going against the 4A's second worst pass defense? We will have those questions and more answered here tonight. Coming up on the first Federal pregame show, we will take a look at the Wild Preps coaches and media polls. We'll have Kevin Coyle's weekly football history report. We'll run down the rest of the football action going on across the state tonight. And, of course, we will hear from Bronc head coach Jeff Maury with what to expect tonight from both the Broncs and the Tigers. That and more coming up next right here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO. And you can watch our live video web stream over on SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Jody DeColius with Campco Federal Credit Union. Our mortgage team is ready to get to work for you. Whether you're shopping for your next home or looking to make some improvements on your current home, let our team help find the perfect program that fits your needs. We have options for everyone, including first-time homebuyer, conventional, construction loans, home equity lines of credit, and more. It's quick and easy to get pre-qualified, so find us at campcofcu.com. NMLS 449284, Equal Housing Lender.
It's hunting season, and Farmers Co-op is ready to make your hunting trip a whole lot better. They have propane for your RV and hunting camp bottles, ethanol-free premium fuel for your ATV, certified weed-free hay bales or cubes for your horses, and don't forget snacks, drinks, and ice for yourself from their fully stocked convenience store. Stop in before you head out on your hunt at Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
Celebrate Security State Bank's 95th anniversary with You Choose Rewards, where you can earn points towards great rewards every time you use your Security State Bank Visa debit card. The points can be redeemed for cash, travel, event tickets, gift cards from popular retailers, merchandise, and more. Stop by Security State Bank in Sheridan, Gillette, Orland, Grable, or Basin and register your Security State Bank debit card to start earning You Choose Rewards today. Security State Bank, FDIC insured.
Whether you're starting a business, safeguarding your assets for future generations, or navigating the complexities of property transactions, McCool Law Firm LLC in Sheridan provides tailored solutions that ensure your success. McCool Law Firm understands that each case is unique, and it is committed to delivering personalized service that will exceed your expectations. McCool Law Firm, protecting your legacy, stepping up to bat for you. Find out more and schedule a consultation at McCoolLawFirmLLC.com or call 307-461-9240.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show. As the Broncs are getting ready to take on the Rock Springs Tigers, let's take a look at the YO Preps media and coaches poll for this week. In 4A, Sheridan leads the way, getting 16 first-place votes, followed by the other undefeated team in 4A, Campbell County. Cheyenne East comes in ranked third with their 5-1 record, and in fourth, it is Natrona, who sits at 3-3 on the season, and rounding out the top five is Kelly Walsh, who sits at 3-3 as well. There was a bunch of movement in the 3A from last week to this week. The 1 1 and 2 stayed the same, with Star Valley leading the way and Cody sitting behind them, both undefeated so far. Riverton moved up to 3rd and Douglas moved up to 4th after they were both tied for 5th last week. And rounding out the top 5 are Torrington and Buffalo, who are both tied for 5th in voting. Torrington was unranked last week, and Buffalo fell from 3rd to the 5th place spot. In 2A, again, it was a little more stagnant. 1st and 2nd remained the same, with Mountain View remaining in 1st and Bighorn staying in 2nd. Lovell jumped to 3rd after beating last week's 3rd place team, Moreland, who fell down to 5th this week. And in between them is Cokeville, who moved up to 4th this week from 5th last week. In 1A 9-man, 1st through 3rd remains the same, going Lingle, Fort Laramie, Pine Bluffs, and Saratoga, 1, 2, 3. And then Lusk and Southeast swapped places from last week, with Southeast now at 4th and Lusk at 5th. And finally, in 1A 6-man, Little Snake River got all 16 first-place votes for the second straight week. Burlington and Encampment swapped places from last week, with Burlington now in 2nd and Encampment in 3rd. And 4th and 5th are the same from last week, with Meeteetse in 4th and Riverside in 5th. That is a look at this week's YO Preps Coaches and Media Poll. When we come back, we will get Kevin Coyle's Sheridan County High School Football History Report. And after that, we will have the pregame notes from Bronc football head coach Jeff Maury. You're listening to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show live on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and live streaming on SheridanMedia.com.
What's new at Waring Sheridan Chevrolet? And I'm talking vehicles, Doug Wooden.
We have Tahoes, new Suburban, new half-ton Silverados, as well as a ZR2 Duramax half-ton. Heavy duties, 3/4 tons, 1-ton Silverados, new Blazers, Trailblazers, you name it. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll find it. Just ask.
Experience the Waring way of buying vehicles. Waring Chevrolet, 107 East Alger, WaringSheridan.com.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving, because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
You save, we give. Hi, this is Trish Penn with First Northern Bank of Wyoming. I'm sure you've heard about our Roundup program by now, but did you know so far this year we've matched over $15,000 that we've donated to local nonprofits in our communities? This quarter we are giving to local youth services. If you haven't enrolled, stop by and see us at 29 North Gould Street to learn more and enroll today. You save, we give. It's a win for you and the community. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, investing in Wyoming communities since 1885. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rise and shine, breakfast lovers. McDonald's got a deal for you. Buy one breakfast favorite and get another for $1. Choose from many of your favorites. 2 sausage McMuffins, please, or a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin burrito, or sausage McGriddle. We're all on the search for tasty savings when dining out. Mix or match any 2 items. Pay the regular menu price for one. Get the second of equal or lesser value for $1. Eat both items if you're really hungry, or you can't share. This offer is available at McDonald's in Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
For Sheridan Media Sports, I'm Kevin Coyle with your Sheridan County High School Football History Report for Week 6 of 2024. Information courtesy Wyoming-football.com. For Rock Springs versus Sheridan, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. at Natrona County High School in Casper. Sheridan won the first meeting between the two teams in the 1934 state championship game, while Rock Springs got its first win in the 1935 state championship game. Sheridan leads the series 29-4 with 2 ties, including the postseason, and has won the last 22 times the two teams have played each other, outscoring RS 775-254 in the process. Rock Springs' last win was in 1959 at Sheridan. Sheridan's longest win streak versus Rock Springs is the current 22-game streak that started back in 1982. No games played from 1994 to 2008, while Rock Springs' longest win streak versus Sheridan is 2 from 1955 to 1956. Sheridan has shut out Rock Springs 9 times, the last in 2017, while Rock Springs has shut out Sheridan 3 times, the last in 1956. Sheridan's largest margin of victory versus Rock Springs is 51 in 1993, 64-13, and in 2017, 51-zip, while Rock Springs' largest margin of victory versus Sheridan is 19 in the 1935 state championship game, 19-zip, and in 1956, also 19-zip. The most points that Sheridan has scored in a game versus Rock Springs is 64 in 1983, 64-13, while the most points that Rock Springs has scored in a game versus Sheridan is 28 in the 2022 state championship game, where they lost 39-28. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. For Bighorn at Glen Rock, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Glen Rock won the first meeting between the two teams in 1941, while Bighorn got its first win in 2004. BH leads the series 9-5, including the postseason, and has won the last 4. As far as games at Glen Rock go, Bighorn leads the series 4-3. BH's longest winning streak versus Glen Rock is the current 4-game streak that started in 2020, while Glen Rock's longest winning streak versus Bighorn is 2 from 2015 to 2016. BH has shut out Glen Rock 3 times, the last in 2022, while Glen Rock has never shut out Bighorn. The largest margin of victory for BH versus Glen Rock is 49 in 2022, 49-zip, while the largest margin of victory for Glen Rock versus Bighorn is 22 in 2015, 30-8. The most points that BH has scored in a game versus Glen Rock is 53 last year, 53-14, while the most points that Glen Rock has scored in a game versus Bighorn is 48 in 2009, 48-27. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. For Wheatland at Tongue River, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Wheatland won the first meeting between the two teams in 2012, while Tongue River got its first win in 2022. Wheatland leads the series 4-2, but TR has won the last 2. As far as games at Tongue River go, Wheatland leads the series 2-1. TR's longest winning streak versus Wheatland is the current 2-game streak that started in 2022, while Wheatland's longest winning streak versus Tongue River is 4 from 2012 to 2021. No games played from 2014 to 2019. TR has shut out Wheatland once in 2022, while Wheatland has shut out Tongue River once in 2012. The largest margin of victory for TR versus Wheatland is 41 in 2022, 41-zip, while the largest margin of victory for Wheatland versus Tongue River is 39 in 2012, 39-zip. The most points that Tongue River has scored in a game versus Wheatland is 41 in 2022, 41-zip, while the most points that Wheatland has scored in a game versus TR is 39 in 2012, 39-zip. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. With your Sheridan County High School Football History Report, I'm Kevin Coyle for Sheridan Media Sports.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for that history report. Great job as always. Let's now turn our attention to the schedule for tonight's football matchups across the state. In 4A, we got the Bronx tonight taking on Rock Springs. Again, it's technically a home game for the Bronx, but we are here in Natrona due to the air quality issues from that elk fire currently ongoing. We have multiple in-town rivalry games going on across the rest of the 4A tonight. We'll have the Capital City Bowl with Cheyenne Central taking the short trip over to Cheyenne East. The Oil Bowl is going on tonight with Natrona going just down the road from here, taking on Kelly Walsh. And the still relatively new Coal Bowl with Campbell County taking the short trip in Gillette over to Thunder Basin. We have a huge game in 3A tonight as the perennial powerhouses of that class meet up again, with Cody traveling to Afton to take on Star Valley. Those teams have won the last 10 3A state championships between one another, with Star Valley winning 6 and Cody winning 4. In the rest of the 3A, Buffalo will travel to Torrington tonight. Powell will hit the road to take on Green River. Lander is on the road at Riverton. Rollins is on the road at Douglas. And Evanston is traveling to Jackson. In 2A, Bighorn will be on the road taking on Glenrock. Tongue River will be at home taking on Wheatland. Kemmerer is at home taking on Cokeville. Lovell will welcome in Pinedale. Burns will take on Upton Sundance at home, and Newcastle will be at home taking on Moorcroft. In 1A 9-man, we'll have one forfeit with Guernsey Sunrise forfeiting their matchup with Wright. And other than that, Saratoga will hit the road to take on Pine Bluffs. Wyoming Indian will be on the road taking on Shoshone. And Graybull will be traveling to Rocky Mountain. And finally, in 1A 6-man, Midwest will be on the road taking on Riverside. And the only 6-man game that's happening during the Bronc game as well. Up next, it is time to hear from head coach Jeff Maury about tonight's matchup with Rock Springs. You're listening to the First Federal Bank & Trust pregame show right here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Mobile banking is a terrific service with numerous features, and Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union has it. With the Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union mobile banking app, use your smartphone for remote deposit, transferring money, paying bills, making loan payments, and more. Take a picture of a check and deposit it into your account. Mobile banking is fantastic at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, Nicole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McColl, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Here, give it a second, and I will get going.
Okay.
All right, sitting down with Coach Maury here, First Federal Bank pregame show. Coach Maury, first time in the driver's seat for me. You've been doing this a long time. This is my first time doing this, so glad to be here with you, sir.
Glad to have you.
Thank you very much. We were just talking about, given everything that's going on, elk fire, obviously. It's been kind of a weird week. We're recording this on Tuesday, and over the weekend and whatnot, and now continuing into this week. It's been kind of a weird week. How have you guys and the team, how have they been dealing with the smoke, the air quality issues and whatnot? Has that affected practice, anything like that?
Yeah, it definitely has affected practice. You know, nothing to the extreme that Tongue River has been affected, but it has affected practice. You know, last week, prepping for Central, the fire really took off, and we have people on our team that live in that direction. We had people on our team that had to evacuate, and on our way back home from Cheyenne Central was the night, Friday night, the wind gusts were terrible. The flames got way big, and it was super smoky. We had a young man that got off the bus and went and fought fire that night because his home was in danger. And so it has definitely affected our team, but I think our team's handled it very well. You know, every day we come into practice and we have to decide, are we able to go outside because of the air quality, or do we have to find something to do inside? And so far we've been able to go outside, but our coaches are always prepped to look at film, go in the gym if we need to. Volleyball's been gracious enough to give us some space if we need to come inside, but the smoke's definitely affected us, and you know, we have guys with asthma, and that really affects them. So we've had some guys not be able to practice as much because of their asthma.
Is that going to affect, you think, game day when it comes to that sort of thing? With the guys with the asthma anyways, you think that'll affect them?
I hope not, you know. I hope not, but you never know. Is we'll put them out there and you know, we'll only play if it's safe and the air quality is good. That being said, asthma is tough, and so if it does affect them, we've got inhalers, and Joanne will be here on the sidelines, and so you know, I think we'll take every precaution we can. The other thing that refs may do is they may give us extra breaks and water breaks if the smoke is heavy.
Okay. Moving on to last week's game, victory, 41-0 over Cheyenne Central. Did you have any singular takeaway, the biggest takeaway that you had from last week's win that you noticed?
You know, our theme of the week last week was maturity. Our guys need to show some maturity in how they handle their games. And, you know, we're a team that has won a lot of games in a row. Cheyenne Central's record was not very good. And so we had to be mature enough to understand that that's still an athletic team. They'd lost 4 games at the time, and all of them were by less than 7 points. And so it's an athletic team that hasn't gotten very many wins, but they were a physical and fast football team that I thought was a tough opponent for us. They didn't move the ball into the end zone, which fortunate for us, but bus trip, which we hadn't done, we got off the bus, we go out and we score the first, or shut them down on our defense right away, and then we get the ball back and we go get up 7-0. We were mature in handling, you know, the schedule and the week last week, and so I thought our guys were a mature bunch last week.
And it feels like the longer bus trips that you guys are going to have are kind of backloaded this season. You got Central and then Laramie in a couple weeks as well.
Yep.
So that'll be a good practice run there, and then down to Laramie the last week of the season. So we're 6-0 at this point, or excuse me, 6-0 this week, tied first in the 4A. Is there anything up to this point, we're just past the halfway point regular season-wise, that you think, what is the team's biggest strength that you've noticed so far this season?
I think defensively, we are really strong. You know, we have given up, I think, 18 points to East, 7 points to Natrona County, 7 points to a couple other teams, and really pitched, I think, 3 shutouts. And you know, anytime you can hold teams to 7 points and a high of 18, our offense better get it in the end zone a couple times. Yeah. And so I think the strength right now is really we've been able to keep guys out of the end zone, and that's huge. Special teams have been really strong, and we've gotten the returns, and last week we didn't have the opportunity for that big return, and our offense had to pick it up, and our offense did a good job. Offensively, I think our biggest strength is that we spread the ball around. I think both of our number 1 and 2 running backs have the exact same number of carries. So it's not like one guy is getting the ball all the time. And the same thing with our receivers. We're spreading it around, and different guys are touching the ball and making good things happen.
And kind of feeding off that a little bit, is there something you'd like to see make a little bit of a bigger improvement towards these last few weeks in the regular season as you head into playoff season?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things, and we saw it in Central, is we're going to have some guys get banged up. It's a physical sport, and we're getting deep into the season, and we had some guys go down last week. We've got to continue to work on our depth. We have some decent depth at some positions. We've got to get better depth at other positions. We've got to have 2 and 3 guys ready to play varsity football as we go down the playoff run, because if we're only relying on one guy and we twist an ankle or we have something happen, we're in a bad way. So us as coaches have got to prep guys on the football field and have them ready to go during the practice during the week, so that they're ready to step into a Friday night if need be.
Okay, and moving on to this week's game, you've got Rock Springs this week making the long road trip, staying overnight. They lost last week 45-20 versus Thunder Basin. They're 3-3 on the season, tied 3rd in 4A, kind of a big stack there in the middle of the pack. in the 4A. Do you have any expectations from Rock Springs, what you think you're going to expect offensively, defensively from them, their keys, if you will?
Yeah, offensively, they run a different set. They start a lot of times in a full house backfield, kind of some old school full house backfield, and then they shift out of it into some double wings and some different formations. They're a very, very heavy run team. Run the ball about like Kelly Walsh does. Different types of runs, but that's how they run the ball. They want to maintain the clock. They want to get first down, put together 10, 12 play drives, and we've got to stymie that. We've got to be physical up front, and we can't let them to get first down and eat up the clock. Defensively, they run a 4-3. They really like to keep their 3 linebackers inside the box and their 4 down linemen and stop the run. We've been able to run the ball this season, and we've got to find a way to run the ball, but if they do start stymieing our run, we've got to be able to be efficient in our pass game and make them loosen up that box a little bit.
Okay, and then any sort of injury update from last week to this week that you got for this week in this week's game?
Yeah, we had a couple guys go down last week. Breck Reed had a shoulder injury early in the game, played a little bit in the second half. We were pretty conservative with him. He's a guy that we want to have down the road. Made a big play in the third quarter with a long catch over the top. He'll be back and ready to roll.
Awesome.
Beck Haswell went down with a sprained ankle last week, and he sprained it before, and those can be lingering. And so we're playing it day to day. He's likely to warm up, and we don't know how he's feeling. If he's feeling good, we'll play him. If not, he's a guy that we need to have down the road, and we may rest him because we don't want it to continue. Josh Davis, our starting right tackle and defensive tackle, has had a knee bothering him, and he's the same type as Beck, where he's kind of a day-to-day. He'll practice a little bit throughout the week, but it's not something that we want to continue to have him linger throughout the season, and he's a guy that we absolutely have to have down the road. He's a force on the offensive line, and so we got to have him, and so if it's not this week, we got to give him some time to get him back here shortly.
Okay, and then last question here. What sort of we're sitting in your war room. You got your schemes and whatnot up behind us here. Is there any sort of, and this is more for the fans than anything, and me, to be honest with you, what sort of strategy or unique play or something like that should the Bronc fans keep an eye out for in this upcoming game?
I think what we're going to try to do offensively is try to we think we can put some formations out there that will get Rock Springs into certain sets defensively, and then some motions and some shifts that will hopefully put them in tight spots, and we can take advantage of some edge run game or some pass game. So we really are trying to predict the way they're going to line up and then shift and take advantage of that shift. Defensively, it's going to be a physical battle up front. The way they run the ball, we've got to maintain the line of scrimmage. You'll see a lot of people moving. They do some fake handoffs, and they got people going different ways. Really, if you're a schematic guy, you could really geek out on that kind of stuff. If you're a fan, sometimes it's hard to watch because it's just it looks like the same thing over and over.
Right.
But they really try to out-gap you. And so our guys have to be super disciplined inside, and they've got to read their techniques. If our defenders try to find the ball on the snap, they'll miss because they have a lot of misdirection. We've got to read our keys. We got to look for their fullback and their guards and see what they're doing. And if we're reading those guys correctly, we should be okay.
A heavy box game probably from both guys, or from both sides of the ball.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, that is, I think, enough to get people excited and ready to go. Mr. Maury, thank you very much for sitting down with me.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
A-plus plumbers can install, remove, fix, plumb, clean, ream, put in, take out, redo, undo, and make new any of your plumbing needs. Jack and the team have experience in quality workmanship that you are wanting. If their plumbing prowess were to receive a grade, it would be A+. That's why it's in their name.
A-Plus Plumbers is number 1 in the number 2 business, and you can reach them at 672-9454. That is 307-ORC-WILLIE. Call them today.
First Federal Bank and Trust presents the final Dining for a Cause of the year at Frackleton's on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m.
We're supporting the Sheridan College Foundation with scholarships for Sheridan College veteran students.
Frackleton's will donate all restaurant sales and tips, plus First Federal Bank and Trust and the Keeney Foundation will provide an additional match of up to $10,000 each.
This will be an exciting Dining for a Cause on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m. with proceeds benefiting the Sheridan College Foundation.
Dining for a Cause, presented by Frackleton's and
First Federal Bank and Trust.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
A big thanks, as always, to head coach Jeff Maury for sitting down with me and giving us some insight into tonight's matchup. When we come back, we will be just about ready to go between the Broncs and the Rock Springs Tigers. I'll have starting lineups and then kickoff right here from Natrona County High School. You've been listening to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Why be a nameless face at the big box stores when you can visit us at Hospital Pharmacy? Hi, this is Mandolin Meyer. At Hospital Pharmacy, we get to know our customers and their health needs. Keep all your prescriptions in one place with a pharmacist that knows and cares about you. Visit your hometown, family-owned pharmacy at 2 great locations.
Hometown Pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hi, this is Callie Drell, Mortgage Loan Officer at First Bank of Wyoming. We work hard to provide competitive loan options to fit your unique financial situation. We understand that applying for a loan can be overwhelming, but our team of experienced lenders are with you every step of the way to guide you through the borrowing process. Whether you're looking to purchase a new car, consolidate debt, or finance a home, we'll help you find the perfect loan option. First Bank of Wyoming, Division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This 4-bedroom, 2-bath home near the hospital in Sheridan has such unique vision and attention to detail inside that you have to see it to appreciate it. The home sits on a fully fenced half-acre yard with mature trees. Enjoy vaulted ceilings, 2 gas fireplaces, a kitchen with 4 storage pantries, a 4-season sunroom, and so much more. Listed for $615,000. Call me, Julie Hubner, with ERA Carroll Realty to see 1508 Hillcrest Drive. Call 461-1243. That's 461-1243.
Looking to learn something new or pursue a passion? Sheridan College offers 8-week community interest classes in both Buffalo and Sheridan. Whether it's golf for beginners, learning software, cooking, or film series, we offer once-per-week fun courses designed for everyone. No experience needed. Explore new skills, meet like-minded people, and enrich your life right here in town. Find out more at sheridan.edu/community or call 675-0500. Learn something new at Sheridan College.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bronc football here at Natrona County High School. Again, it is a little bit of a weird one if you are a Bronc fan or Bronc listener. It's supposed to be a home game here tonight, but we are in Natrona County as the Elk Fire has affected some of the air quality over there, and they wanted to make it as safe as possible, so we took the trip over to Natrona County. Big thank you to Natrona County High School for letting us have this game here, obviously, and hosting us, being a gracious host and whatnot. The Broncs are just about ready to go. Let me get you the starting lineups for this team here tonight. At left tackle and on the rest of the offensive line, starting off in the left tackle is Justice Lucas. At left guard will be Fisher Peldo. At center will be Brandon Vela. And then at right guard will be Bridger Peldo. Right tackle will be Nathan Bloom. Out wide at wide receiver, Breck Reed will be attempting to go tonight. He is starting. We did hear Jeff Maury talk about that a little bit, the injury bug that caught up to him a little bit. But he is going to try to get going and play tonight. Carson Chase also wide receiver. Chance Morris will be at wide receiver as well. And we'll have Garrett Way and Kelton Crow at running back. And then Ty Gilbertson rounding out the offensive starters tonight. They will get the ball first. The Broncs will get the ball first. They won the toss and elected to receive against this this Rock Springs team to start here tonight. On the defensive side of the ball for the Broncs, 2 D tackles. They'll have Brady Hartman and Samuel Huffman at defensive end, Justice Lucas and Harvey Freiberger. And then the 3 linebacker spots, Keegan Rager, Kelton Crow, and Garrett Way. And then the 2 corners, Breck Reed and Carson Chase. At safety, Andrew Stewart will make the start tonight, and then followed by Ty Gilbertson. And Ty Gilbertson will also do the kicking and the punting, and then Breck Reed also gets in there and punts as well sometimes. So those are your starting lineups for the Sheridan Broncs. Rock Springs is getting out there and getting ready to kick this ball away. And from what I could see downstairs, down on the field right now, it does look like Beck Haswell. He is in street clothes, so he will not be playing tonight. Giving you that quick update, as we heard from the pregame show. Jeff Maury was talking about that a little bit, and he was doing some warm-ups and whatnot, but he did come back out in street clothes, so he will not go here tonight. And that will be a key piece that is missing for the Sheridan Broncs. Here comes the kick from Rock Springs, and it is away. And as we mentioned earlier, it is right out of the back of the end zone, and that has kind of been the type of thing that Michael Rubich has been doing. He kicks the ball, and when he does kick the ball, he's kicked it out of the back of the end zone. That is something he does a lot. So we will probably see a lot of that if the Broncs end up scoring or getting on the board. We will probably see a lot of Michael Rubich kicking it, or if Rock Springs is getting on the board, Michael Rubich kicking it back out of the back of the end zone. So the Broncs will get their first possession underway at the 20-yard line, and Ty Gilbertson will line up with 2 running backs in the set next to him. He's going to hand it off. No play-action fake. He's looking deep on the first play. He's going to go over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by a Rock Springs defender, and going around towards the far side of the field. He's going to be knocked down all the way down at the 12-yard line. What a start for the Rock Springs Tigers. That was Santiago Cruz out there who made that interception. And 1 play, 1 turnover for the Sheridan Broncs. Man, if you're Rock Springs, you could not have asked for a better start than that. So they will get the ball, and it looks like it's at about the 16-yard line of Sheridan. And they're going to line up in a 2 running back set of their own, and then they will motion. And it is still a heavy, again, we were talking about that full house situation. The play is ran, and they get looks like about 5 yards on that run. And again, if you're watching, it is sometimes kind of hard to keep track of where these guys are at and where the ball's actually starting, if that makes sense. They'll get down to about the 10-yard line of the Broncs. And it'll be 2nd down, and it looks like about 5 here. It is Logan Condi who lines up under center, and we get a blown whistle here to start first. And we're going to wait for the call here. It is a penalty, and it is a false start. False start for Rock Springs. So that'll push them back to the 15-yard line. So they started off this drive after the interception with a run. Got to about 2nd and 5, and then they got pushed back again after that false start, and it'll be 2nd and 10 now. Sam Thornhill, the one in the backfield, and wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. That was Journey Padilla who got the snap. And again, they're going to be doing a lot of that, kind of a wildcat formation. Looks a little weird on the screen. Technically, Logan Condi is the quarterback, at least on their roster. But we're going to see a lot of that wildcat formation, with Sam Thornhill at the running back position, and Journey Padilla and whatnot. Also, Boston James likes to get in there as well. Bunch of different skill position players like to get in and hike the football and run with it. It was no gain on that play, so it's still 3rd and 10 as they motion in once again. And the handoff, or the direct snap to Sam Thornhill, who goes left, but he is stymied right at the left tackle, and he gets maybe a yard on the play, maybe 2. And it looks like they're going to give him 2, so it's going to be 4th and 8 from the 13-yard line. After the interception from Santiago Cruz, they get 1 successful run, and a penalty kind of sets them back, and they're really not able to gain anymore after this. And then it'll be Michael Rubich who's going to try to put it up and through, and he does. So start this game. Rock Springs on the board first. They're going to go up 3-0 here to start. 9:57 left here on the game clock. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right back with more here after this.
Sign up your 2nd through 5th graders for citywide basketball with the Sheridan Rec District and the YMCA. Registration for 2nd and 3rd graders will be in person at the YMCA, and they'll also have their practices and games there. 4th and 5th graders can register online at SheridanRecreation.com. Players will be on teams with other kids from their school and compete against other elementary schools. Registration closes October 11th. For questions, call the Sheridan Rec District at 674-6421.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Natrona County High School. Sheridan Broncs, they're down 3-0 after the interception on the first play of the game, the first offensive play of the game for the Sheridan Broncs. Ty Gilbertson throws an interception over the middle of the field. Santiago Cruz gets about a 20-yard return on it, and the offensive Rock Springs can't really do anything with it. They get stuck kind of in that same spot about the 10-yard line, and or 15-yard line, and then they have to kick a field goal as Michael Rubich is going to kick this one away out of the back of the end zone once again. And the Broncs will start this offensive possession once again, hopefully a little bit better of a result, obviously, than last time. Let's try to get 2 plays together here, huh? How about that? If you are the Broncs, again, it's Ty Gilbertson, the quarterback, and you don't see it very often where we see them go play action first play of the game, and I would assume they're probably going to try to lean a little bit more on those 2 running backs, Garrett Way and Kelton Crow, out of the backfield for the Broncs. Let's see what they do here. They're lined up in shotgun to start this drive, and they got 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. I believe it's Kelton Crow out there next to Ty Gilbertson. Get a little bit of motion. Here's the snap, and it's a handoff to Kelton Crow, who gets wrapped up immediately. Good penetration by that Rock Springs defense to get back there and smother Kelton Crow. That was Sam Eddy on the tackle. He immediately had penetration and stopped Kelton Crow in his tracks. It's going to be a 2-yard loss for the Broncs. So it's going to be 2nd and about 18, or excuse me, 2nd and 12 from the 18, and it's going to be a quick throw to the far side of the field, and the catch is made, but it's going to be a short gain, only about 3 yards, so they do get some of it back. And that looked like it was Chance Morris on the catch. Catch and run of about 3. I'm going to give him a little bit more than that. How about a catch and run for about 4? So it's going to be 3rd and about 7 to go here. And Ty Gilbertson's going to line up in an empty set. He's got 3 wide receivers to the near side and 2 to the far side. So he gets his play in from the sideline. Again, about 3rd and 8 here to go. And here comes the throw from Ty Gilbertson. Again, throws it out wide, but it is to the near side and wrapped up immediately. Carson Chase was the throwing man. It was a screen, wide receiver screen to the near side, and it was stopped immediately by this Rock Springs defense. Rock Springs coming up to play. Good job so far by this Rock Springs defense. Forced a turnover and tackle for a loss here in the second possession, and then nothing really after that. And it's going to be 4th and about 6, and Broncs are going to punt this one away. Rock Springs leading 3-0. Got about 8 minutes left here in this first quarter, and the punt here is tailing out of bounds. Not the greatest punt in the world. It's going to go out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Now they're going to give them a little extra than that, 35-yard line of Rock Springs. So that was about a, let's see if I can do my math here correctly, about a 45-yard punt, give or take, about a 40-yard punt. So they're actually going to move it up. It's going to be at the 43-yard line. So Rock Springs will get the ball up at the 43-yard line. And Broncs a little bit on their heels here. We haven't seen it very often when the Broncs are playing kind of on their heels, but if Rock Springs can get an effective drive here, they can go up 10. Let's see what they do here. They're going to line up at an empty set and motion again. There's going to be lots of motion throughout this game. And it's going to be a hike to the quarterback and a throw out to the outside and a decent gain there. Again, another one of those wide receiver screens. That was Logan Condi, the actual quarterback there, making the throw out wide. And he's going to gain about 8 on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 2. It's going to be up to the Bronc 48. So 2nd and 2. And Logan Condi's going to start under center, and then they're going to motion in and motion somebody else back under center. And it's going to be Sam Thornhill who has the ball, and he's going to try to get out wide on the far side. And he does get the first down and gets run out of bounds at about the Bronc 45-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 at the Bronc 45-yard line. Tigers leading 3-0. And driving here. We'll see if the Broncs can find the wherewithal here to get a couple stops together and try to get the ball back in their offense's hands, or even better yet, a defensive touchdown. The Broncs have done that a couple times here this year as well. And again, they're going to start out wide and then motion, and it's going to be Sam Thornhill once again who's going to take the snap and stopped pretty early. Ball is out. Ball came out. I think I just saw a flag as well, but the ball did come out. And the fumble did come out. I thought I saw a flag. Maybe that was just a marker. But it was stopped at the 1. It stopped for no gain, and then it was recovered by Rock Springs. So it'll stay 2nd and 10 on the stop by the Broncs. Look at this formation. Wow, this is something Michigan used to they did earlier last season, and now they're going to line up, and Sam Thornhill's going to have the ball. Gets out wide a little bit, has some running room, but it's stopped with a leg tackle there to keep the gain at about 9 from the near side. So it's going to be about an 8-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the Bronc 37-yard line. And look at this format. They're doing it once again. If you can tune over to SheridanMedia.com. They're doing some funky stuff here, Rock Springs is. And it's going to be another running play. This time it's Logan Condi, and he might have enough. It's going to be very close. I mean, he's right at the marker, essentially. Gets maybe 1 yard. No, they're going to give him 1 yard. So it's going to be a 4th and 1. Moved up to the 36 there, and this is what they're going to do. This is going to be they're going to continue on this pace. It's going to be a pretty quick game here tonight if they're going to continue to run the ball as frequently as they have. Again, they have the most rush yards per game and the 2nd most attempts per game. So they run the ball a lot. Very similar to Kelly Walsh in that way. This team has been a little bit more effective, obviously, with the most rush yards per game than Kelly Walsh has been at running the football. And if they're passing the football, they are in a situation they do not want to be in. And it does look like we are going to get a quick timeout here from Rock Springs. It's going to be 4th and 1 when we come back. You're listening to Bronc Football here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best, and I know they often say that don't judge the book by a cover, but this is challenging, especially in real estate. Everyone wants to visualize themselves in this amazing place to live and call home, and at Best, we help create this vision and try to paint the best picture possible. We put a huge emphasis on our top-of-the-line staging, marketing options, and constructing the entire real estate roadmap so you, as a buyer or seller, can get what you deserve. Let us help identify your next steps and create the vision of a place you or your interested buyers want to spend every day. Give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Proudly brokered by EXP. Wyoming Corporate Office is the trusted business choice behind thousands of businesses. Whether it's business formation, payroll, corporate paperwork, mail scanning service, or small business phone service, Wyoming Corporate Office.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back. Rock Springs is going to come out and try to go for it here on this 4th and 1. It's going to be Sam Thornhill that has the carry and hit right at the line of scrimmage, and we'll see if he had enough to reach for the first down. And he does, is the indicator from the far side the far side judge over there. He does get the first down, very close to the line to gain, but he does get it. So it'll be a fresh set of downs for Rock Springs after that 4th and 1 attempt from Sam Thornhill. And he's been, again, we have Logan Condi is the guy that is typically listed as the quarterback, but they'll have a bunch of different guys that'll come in and just take the snap. And they're continuing to do this lineup formation where they're literally in a line back-to-back-to-back from one another. And here comes the play here. And this one's a pitch to the outside, and he's got room. The running back for Rock Springs is going to get all the way down to about the 9-yard line and even closer to about the 3-yard line. What a run there. That was, get a name for you here. That was Ben Fowler for Rock Springs. Broke it out to the outside. It was a little bit of a hitch toss from single back formation and motion to the far side, but the toss was to the near side. A little misdirection, and Rock Springs is going to have the ball all the way down on the Bronc 3-yard line. Wow. And here comes the play again. Similar play right at the goal line. And he stopped within the inside the 1. So just about a couple inches to go here for Rock Springs to try to get some more points on the board. Inside the 1-yard line, it will be second and goal here. Second and goal inside the 1. And here comes the snap and the keep from Sam Thornhill, and he gets in to the far side of the end zone. That'll be a 1-yard TD by Sam Thornhill. Wow. And the kick is up, and it is good. So the Broncs here in Natrona down 10-0 to the Rock Springs Tigers. We'll have the ensuing kickoff coming up next. You're listening to Bronc football here on AM 1410 and 103.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Wyoming Corporate Office is the trusted business choice behind thousands of businesses. Whether it's business formation, payroll, corporate paperwork, mail scanning service, or small business phone service, Wyoming Corporate Office powers over 100,000 businesses worldwide and locally. This makes Wyoming Corporate Office the state's largest business-to-business service provider, located right here in Sheridan, Wyoming. If you're drowning in corporate paperwork looking for someone with an unmatched experience that cares and wants to be your partner in making your business successful, trust that Wyoming Corporate Office can help you focus on what makes your business tick. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Bronc football here at Natrona County High School. Broncs down 10-0 here to start this game. Going a little bit differently than I think a lot of Bronc fans and Bronc players expected. Kick is away from Michael Bubich, but again, kicks it out of the back of the end zone, and that is something he has done all year. So the Broncs will get their third drive started here from the 20-yard line. Once again, they've had so far a drive of 1 play and a drive of 4 plays, and that's it. That has been the extent of the Bronc offense so far here tonight. We'll see if they can get some things corrected and some things changed here on offense to get some points on the board, or at least at the very least, an effective drive going. It's going to be Ty Gilbertson in the backfield again with Garrett Way this time. And the first play of scrimmage is held up. And we're going to see what the call is. I can't tell yet. Doesn't look like it's a penalty. Maybe the ball was just misplaced. That could be a possibility. Nothing disclaimed by the judges. So here we go. Here we go. Handoff to Garrett Way. He's going to have a hole on the outside and a lot of room. And he gets run out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So that's a 17-yard run by Garrett Way there out of the backfield. That's exactly what the doctor ordered if you are the Sheridan Broncs. Now it's going to get some jubilance into the crowd a little bit. And again, a good crowd here for Sheridan Bronc fans tonight. Again, in shotgun set, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, and it's going to be a read option. Tiger Gilbertson keeps it on the read and he goes up the middle, maybe for 1 yard or maybe just back at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, it looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Well, that looks like they're going to give him a yard, so 38-yard line. So 2nd and 9 from the Bronc 38-yard line. Ty Gilbertson going to line up in empty once again. 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. We're probably going to see some motion to get Garrett Way back in the backfield, I would imagine. But let's see what he does. And here comes Garrett Way, and it is going to be a handoff to Garrett Way. He's going to go to the outside on the far side of the field, and he does have room. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, and he's still in bounds. No, gets knocked out of bounds at about the Rock Springs 38-yard line. That was a great run there by Garrett Way. And we have a penalty that is a block in the back for the Broncs. I didn't see that flag initially, but that is a killer. That is going to be a 10-yard penalty from the original spot. So from the Bronc 38, they originally thought they got all the way down to about the Rock Springs 38, but now they're going to be backed up to their own 28. That is unfortunate. So now it's going to be 2nd and about a mile here. 2nd, they got to get all the way to the Bronc 47. It's going to be 2nd and about 20 here. And it's going to be a handoff once again, and the Broncs are going to get up to about the 33-yard line. So it's going to be third and about 13 now. Man, that penalty was a backbreaker. That did not feel great. That was a great run by Garrett Way, but the block in the back there ends up costing them 10 yards instead of what would have been about a 35-yard run. Ty Gilbertson's going to line up in empty once again. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side, and on a 3rd and about 13. And it's going to be another handoff, this time to Way once again. And he does have room to the near side, and he breaks a tackle, does at least get the first down. He's at the 40 and all the way down, and he gets it all back. And then some. All the way up to the Rock Springs 34-yard line. If you are the Broncs, that is going to be what you want to keep seeing. Those outside zone runs have paid dividends here so far in this 3rd series. So they're all the way up to the 34-yard line of Rock Springs. And here comes another outside zone handoff. This time it's to, I believe that's Kelton Crow who has that. Chance Morris, he's all the way down into the end zone of Rock Springs. Who do you think you are? I am. A touchdown by Chance Morris. That's a 34-yard touchdown run by Chance Morris. On the outside zone, it was almost a wide receiver sweep at that point. Just got the ball on the outside and ran all the way to the end zone, was barely touched there as he found the far side of the end zone. And Ty Gilbertson will try to make it a 10-7 lead for Rock Springs, and he does. It's 10-7 now. Rock Springs leading. 1:46 left to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Taylor Ganley, mortgage specialist with Campco Federal Credit Union. Let your real estate investments work for you. If you are needing funds for a home improvement project or a debt consolidation option with a fair interest rate, call or come visit with me about our home equity line of credit options or our second mortgage program at Campco Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and equal housing lender.
Hi there, this is Jim and Chosby with Stifel Financial. You're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Natrona County High School. Broncs cut the lead from Rock Springs down to 3. It's 10-7 lead for Rock Springs. 1:46 left to go here in this first quarter. Big 34-yard TD run from Chance Morris, and that concluded a 6-play drive, 80-yard 6-play drive. And now the Broncs will kick it away for the first time here tonight. And if they can, Rock Springs has gotten the benefit of starting a couple of drives in good territory, nearly Bronc territory on every single drive. They got an interception, a punt that only went about 40 yards, and then and they were able to score on a field goal on that first interception, and then a touchdown. And the kickoff is away. It is fumbled at about the 10-yard line. It is picked up by Rock Springs, and they're going to smother him. The Broncs are going to smother him at about the 14-yard line. So not a great return, especially after the fumble. That is definitely going to set them back their furthest yardage away from the end zone here. 14-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Rock Springs from their own 14 with a 10-7 lead. 1:38 to go here in the first quarter. And here comes the motion. And the snap goes to Sam Thornhill. He's going to try to find the outside on the near side, but he is stymied at about the line of scrimmage once again. And it is going to be maybe 1 yard pickup. 1 yard pickup. He'll move up to the 15-yard line, so it'll be a 2nd and 9. If you're the Broncs, the more you get them into these longer yardage situations, the happier you'll be, because they do not throw the ball very well and they don't throw it very often. They want to run the ball as much as possible. So the more that you are forcing them in these situations where they're further away from the sticks, the better you are if you're the Broncs. 15 on the 15, 2nd and 9 for Rock Springs. They're going to line up in this interesting bunch full house formation. I don't even know what to call it, to be honest with you. And it's another snap. It's going to be kept by Sam Thornhill once again. And he is wrapped up. He gets maybe a yard, maybe 2 yards once again. Short gain for Sam Thornhill. Looks like they're going to give him 1 yard. So that'll make it a 3rd and 7. 3rd and 8, excuse me. Lined up on the 16. And there's 15 seconds to go and counting here in the first quarter, so we might see them just run this out. And yes, that is what they're going to do. They're going to walk back towards the sideline, let the quarter run out. So at the end of the first quarter, Broncs are trailing 10-7. Haven't had to say that very often this year. Broncs trailing 10-7, but they do have some momentum. We head into the second quarter. You're listening to 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Oh boy, I can't think of anyone that doesn't like pizza, except maybe 1 or 2 finicky Italians. But for the rest of us, Farmers Co-op is cooking up new personal pan pizzas Monday through Saturday in the deli shop. Breakfast pizzas, pepperoni pizzas, combo pizzas, or just plain cheese pizzas. You can't go wrong at just $3.99 plus tax. Heck, at that price, you can try them all. Personal pan pizza at Farmers Co-op Convenience Store, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue right here in Sheridan.
Celebrate Security State Bank's 95th anniversary with You Choose Rewards, where you can earn points towards great rewards every time you use your Security State Bank Visa debit card. The points can be redeemed for cash, travel, event tickets, gift cards from popular retailers, merchandise, and more. Stop by Security State Bank in Sheridan, Gillette, Orland, Grable, or Basin and register your Security State Bank debit card to start earning You Choose Rewards today. Security State Bank, FDIC insured.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc football. Starting the second quarter here, Rock Springs leading 10-7 over the Sheridan Broncs. They're going to have the ball on their own 16-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 8. They're going to start this up in a typical shotgun set. Looking for a pass here. It's going to be a little speed option. It's going to be shoveled towards the front of the line and stopped immediately. The pass, technically a pass, completed at about the line of scrimmage, but wrapped up immediately by the Broncs. And that was Journey Padilla who had that reception, but could not make anything of it. And it's going to be a fourth and 5, it looks like. So they got up to about the 19 there, and it is 4th down, and they're going to punt this one away. And here comes the snap and the punt. It's a little squibber. It goes right to a Bronc. That was a heads-up play there by said Bronc. That was Andrew Stewart, who was starting at safety tonight, and it was a little squibber, a line drive kick, and it went right to him, and he just landed right on top of him. The Broncs are going to get good field position here, and that was stopped at about the Rock Springs 34-yard line. So great field position if you are the Sheridan Broncs. 34-yard line and driving in Rock Springs territory. So the Broncs will try to retake the lead here, or get their first lead of the night, I should say, on this drive. And the first play is an outside zone play once again to Chance Morris. This time it is swallowed up in the backfield by a Rock Springs defender. That was Sam Eddy on that tackle. That was a good heads-up play by him, setting the edge, getting off the block from that tackle for the Broncs, the tackle from the Broncs, and to make the tackle, that was a 6-yard loss. So the Broncs got backed up on that 6-yard loss all the way to the 41 of Rock Springs, and it's going to be 2nd and 16. Ty Gilbertson going to set up in empty again. 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. And again, we're going to see a lot of motion from the Broncs here tonight. None here. The pass from Ty Gilbertson goes to his slot receiver who makes the catch and is stopped at about... Oh, never mind. It was dropped. It was incomplete. I thought he made the catch, but I missed it there. So it is dropped. Still going to be 3rd and 16 from the Rock Springs 41-yard line. After the incompletion. So 3rd and 16, long 3rd down here for the Broncs. We'll see if they try to just get some field position for a possible field goal. Here comes the snap to Ty Gilbertson. Throws it out wide and gets Chance Morris on the outside. Gets that back up to the original line of scrimmage, about the 34, and then is stopped there. So they get all the yardage back after the loss, a 6-yard loss from Chance Morris on that jet sweep. I'm actually going to mark him a little bit behind that at the 35 even. And it is 4th and... No, they're going to put it back on the 34. And it is 4th down. They're keeping the offense out there. Might expect just a pooch punt here. But we'll see. 4th and 10 is a long way to go early in this game. But let's see what the Broncs do. And here's the snap to Ty. They are going for it. Throw out wide and dropped. Hit the hands of... That was intended for Carson Chase and hit him in the hand. He tried to reach up and grab that. But it is a drop. And that is going to flip the possessions back over to Rock Springs. And they're going to have the ball now on their own 34-yard line. 1st and 10 from their own 34. Interesting game here to start. And again, it's one of those things, Rock Springs, they're going to run the ball a ton, so they're probably going to dominate the time of possession game here tonight. And that's what it's been so far. Here comes a snap, and this time it's a little flip play again, another misdirection, but a nice job by the Broncs to adjust to that one and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Actually going to have them lose about 2. So that misdirection play worked 2 drives ago. Yeah, it was about 2 drives ago that misdirection worked. Got him about a 30-yard gain, and this time it did not work. Broncs stymied it. We're all over it. Said not this time. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 from the 33-yard line of Rock Springs. And here is the snap. It's another handoff. This time Sam Thornhill's going to have it out of the backfield. And again, he is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Now it feels like the Broncs are getting into a little bit of a rhythm at stopping these run plays from Rock Springs. We'll see how much more creative Rock Springs can get with these formations, these motions, and these run plays. Because the Broncs have stopped multiple in a row now. It was a 4-play drive last time, 4 plays, then a punt for Rock Springs. And now we are 3 plays into this drive, and they've gone backwards in this one. Back to the 32 now on a 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 for Rock Springs. They're going to start out an empty here. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. And here comes the pass here. It's going to be a pass for Rock Springs. They pass it short of the line of gain, way short of the line of gain, but it is incomplete. It was intended for Sam Eddy out wide, but he dropped it. So, Michael Rubich going to be out there for Rock Springs. Going to be punting this one away from the Rock Springs 32-yard line. And not a great snap. He does get a hold of it, punts it away. There is a flag on the play. Might be an illegal formation. It's fielded by Carson Chase. Fields it, gets a couple of yards out of the return, and gets tackled down at the Bronc 43-yard line. So again, big good field position for the Broncs. We do have a penalty here. We'll see what it is. It's a legal formation. So the Broncs are going to accept that penalty and have Rock Springs re-kick, which is always something, if you're a Bronc fan or you're the Broncs, that's what you love to hear, because they love to play on special teams, getting the ball back and doing whatever they can. So now it's going to be 4th down from their own 32. Actually, he's going to decline that penalty, not accept it, excuse me. He will decline that penalty, and they'll just make him re-kick. So here it comes again. This one a little bit shorter, and waving for the fair catch is the return man. I believe that was... Breck Reed back there made the catch and the fair catch, so they actually lose a little bit of yardage on that after declining the penalty. They're going to get the ball at... Oh, we do have another penalty. Excuse me. This time it's holding. So this time he is going to accept the penalty. Coach Mauer's going to accept the penalty, but it's going to push him back, and he's going to make Rock Springs punt again. Don't let these Broncs get 3 chances to try and return a punt, because eventually they're going to get one right here. So now it's going to be a punt from the Rock Springs 16-yard line, it looks like. And this punt is not any good at all. Shanked heavily, and Carson Chance is going to come up and get it, and runs it all the way down to about the 7-yard line. He came and fielded that ball up in the Rock Springs about the 30-yard line. It was not a good punt. Fielded at the 30 and ran it all the way back to about the 7-yard line of Rock Springs. Don't give them 3 chances, ladies and gentlemen. Do not give the Broncs 3 chances to try and return a punt, because they will hurt you. So they're going to start very good field position, 7-yard line of Rock Springs. They're down 10-7. With 7:42 left in this second quarter. If you would have told me 10-7, Rock Springs leading as we approach halftime, I would have said balderdash. There's no way. From what we've seen from this Broncs team, no way that they're down 10-7. But here we are. That's the great thing about football. So here's the first play, and it's going to be a direct snap. Don't think it's Gilbertson back there, but they do get into the end zone. That is Keegan Rager. Keegan Rager takes the direct snap and scores on the first play after the punt return from Carson Chase. So a little shaky to start this game for the Broncs, but they have worked their way back here. They've stopped the Rock Springs run a little bit. And now their offense getting going as well, and then, of course, getting the special teams into play. And here comes the kick from Ty Gilbertson to try to make it 14-10, and it is good. 14-10 lead now for the Sheridan Broncs. We've got 7:37 left to go here in the second quarter. You're listening to Bronc football here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com. Whether you're starting a business, safeguarding your assets for future generations, or navigating the complexities of property transactions, McCool Law Firm LLC in Sheridan provides tailored solutions that ensure your success. McCool Law Firm understands that each case is unique, and it is committed to delivering personalized service that will exceed your expectations. McCool Law Firm, protecting your legacy, stepping up to bat for you. Find out more and schedule a consultation at McCoolLawFirmLLC.com or call 307-461-9240.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
So the Broncs now lead 14-10. 7:37 left to go here in this second quarter. Got off to a weird start. If you were the Sheridan Broncs, had a turnover on the very first play of the game. That gave Rock Springs very good field position. They scored a field goal on that. Then a short drive on the next drive for the Broncs, and a big run play by Rock Springs set them up for a touchdown, and they went down 10-0. Broncs did 10-0 to start this game, but now looks like they've settled down at least a little bit as we are moving along here, and the kick is away from Ty Gilbertson. It will be fieldable, and no, they're going to let it go out of the back of the end zone this time, and Rock Springs will start off on their own 20-yard line. And just an update for you. Tongue River, they actually moved their game over to Buffalo High School, because Buffalo's out of town this week, and Tongue River moved that game over to Buffalo. And right now, the most recent update I got, this one's from Kevin Coyle, touchdown. It was a touchdown, and he put the 2-point conversion on board as well. That was in the second quarter. It was an 8-0 lead for Tongue River. That was a couple of minutes ago. Kevin Coyle, keep me updated there. Let's see what Rock Springs does here to start off this possession in the second quarter, now down for the first time in this game. And we are going to get a flag immediately, not the start that Rock Springs wanted. We'll see what the call is. Could be the start that Rock Springs wanted, I guess. We'll see, though. Usually those ones that stop, it's usually a false start. And that is what it's going to be, a false start. So that will push them back to their own 15-yard line. There's one thing that'll kill an offense like this that runs the ball consistently all the time. It will be penalties. It will be penalties. Can't run the ball very effectively if you're constantly fighting yourself. So 1st and 15 from their own 15-yard line, and the first play is going to be a pass here, and it's caught and then dropped outside on the near, on the near side of the field on an outside route. That was dropped by Phoenix Richens. Richens was the receiver there. He had it in his hands, just dropped it. So now it's going to be third and 15. And again, another quick update here from Kevin Coyle. Tongue River, they are now tied. Wheatland scored and got the 2-point conversion, so it's 8-8 with 3:03 left in the second quarter over there in Buffalo. So 3rd and 15 for this Rock Springs team, and it's going to be another one of those misdirections. And again, another good run here and gets the first down and more. We do have a flag down in the area of holding is what I would imagine, but we'll see what the call is. If it stands, the run is enough for a first down. Got all the way down to about the 33-yard line. And let's see what the call is. And it is going to be holding. So there's been a couple of plays that have been taken away by penalty that would be big plays. One for the Broncs and now one for Rock Springs. That would have put them in first down territory. They would have gotten the first down and all the way up to about the 33. But now they're at the about 8-yard line after it's half the distance to the goal in that holding penalty. So 2nd and long ways, about 22 yards. 2nd and 22. And we are going to get... And a timeout is called, it looks like, by Rock Springs. So we'll get a timeout as well. It's 14-10. Broncs are leading now. 7:23 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back with more Bronc football here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
What's new at Waring Sheridan Chevrolet? And I'm talking vehicles, Doug Wooden.
Well, we have Tahoes, new Suburban, new half-ton Silverados, as well as a ZR2 Duramax half-ton. heavy duties, 3/4 tons, 1 ton, Silverados, new Blazers, Trailblazers, you name it. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll find it. Just ask.
Experience the Waring way of buying vehicles. Waring Chevrolet, 107 East Alger, WaringSheridan.com.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
This is Kent Sherwood with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc football. The third down play was a little out route to the outside. They got most of the penalty yardage back, but they're still at the 18-yard line. So they still got a long ways to go here. That was a second down, excuse me. So it's going to be third down and about 12. And again, they got almost all the penalty yardage back, but they're back up to the 18, and they need to get to the 30-yard line. So 3rd and 12. Third and 12, again, an empty set. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side for Rock Springs. And it is going to be a pass. Steps back, and he's in trouble. Quarterback's in trouble, and he goes down. We do have a flag on the play. It's possible. It is in the backfield where the sack happened. I thought maybe I saw a face mask. And that is what it is. It's a face mask. And it's still going to be third down. It wasn't the personal foul kind, which is good for the Broncs. But they do, Rock Springs does get 5 yards after what they thought would have been a sack. So they're up to the 23 now, and all they need is about 7 yards to get the first down. 3rd and 7. (14-10) lead for the Broncos on the the Broncs. Excuse me, Broncs on the range scoreboard. 6:27 left to go here in the second quarter. 3rd and looks like about 8 to go for Rock Springs. Here comes the play. It's a handoff, and it's one of those misdirections again toward the outside, but this time it's stuffed again by the Sheridan Broncs. They're going to mark him. Looks like it's going to be a loss of 1. So it gets dropped back down to about the 22-yard line. And Rock Springs is going to send out their punt unit. Kind of a long, drawn-out set of plays, drawn-out drive that really did not go anywhere. They started on the 20, had about 7 plays, essentially, and ended up on the 22. So that's kind of how it was. Here's the punt. It's going to be fielded again by Carson Chase, and he's going to make a couple men miss. It's fielded about the 50-yard line. He's going to get up to about the Rock Springs 45. So a decent return there. Excuse me, that was Breck Reed, not Carson Chase. Breck Reed on the return. And it's going to be up to the 45-yard line, 46-yard line of Rock Springs. So here we go with the Broncs. They got trips to the far side, and it's going to be a little pitch play to Garrett Way on the outside. This outside run's going to be working, has been working really well, and a leg tackle, the last defender out there for Rock Springs, gets a hold of Garrett Way and trips him up. Man, that was the last defender there. Garrett Way does get about 8 yards, it looks like, all the way up to the 39, so closer to 6 yards, actually. And we do have an injury on the field here. It's a Rock Springs player. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Broncs will have the ball. Second at about 3 when we come back. You're listening to Bronc Football, 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities, and whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back to Bronc football. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Player walked off under his own power, so he's all right, hopefully. It's going to be another handoff to Garrett Way on the outside, and he does got some room to work. And again, another hip tackle there. Stops him before he can do any more damage, but he does get the first down up to the 34-yard line. Gain of about 5 there for Garrett Way. They're going to run that outside zone all game long if that is what is working. This time, Ty Gilbertson's going to line up in an empty set. It's going to be one of those motions again, and they're going to hand it off this time to Chance Morris on the outside. He's going towards the far side, and he makes a man miss towards the out-of-bounds barrier. He's still on his feet, and he's running, and he gets into the end zone. Barbecue chicken alert. Great run by Chance Morris. Found his way to the outside on that jet sweep. He'd already done damage to that once, and he scores the touchdown. 34-yard touchdown run from Chance Morris. And Ty Gilbertson in to kick the extra point, and it is up. And it is good. So, 4:38 to go here on the Range scoreboard. Bronx leading 21-10. They've come back after a 10-0 deficit to start this game. They've scored 21 unanswered. We'll be right back with the kickoff here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc football. Bronx leading 21-10 on the Range scoreboard. 4:38 left to go here in this second quarter. 21 straight unanswered points here for the Bronx after falling down 10-0. Kickoff is away. And it is going to be received and taken. Nope, they're going to call it a touchback in the back of the end zone there as it was fielded in the end zone. So, Rock Springs will try to get another shot out of the touchback. They scored points. Last time they scored points was 3 drives ago. That was back in the first quarter. Little 1-yard run, but since then it's been all Bronx since that point. So from their own 20-yard line, Rock Springs will try to get something going here. The Bronx will try to stymie them once again. They're going to line up them empty to start this one, and it's going to be a fake handoff to the outside. Quarterback's going to keep it, and again, stopped at about the line of scrimmage. And the Bronx right now, I mean, they are snuffing stuff out, especially at the line of scrimmage, their defensive line. They look like if you've ever been on the beach of a river, and you can see the waves lapping up. You see the pollywogs in the water, the little tadpoles, the pollywogs, if you will, and the wave that's lapping up against the beach. That's what they look like right now. That's the push they're getting. That defensive line is getting right now. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 20. No gain on that first run. And an empty again. They're going to motion again. This time hand it. Keep it actually out wide. No, they misdirect me. And that is ran back up the middle. And that's going to get a first down all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They had me looking at different areas on that one. That was I was lost there. I thought they were running a little speed option to the outside, but then I noticed neither of those players had the ball. So it's going to be a first down. Get all the way up to the 36-yard line. Good run there. 16-yard gain. And that was the person who ended up having the ball. That was Journey Padilla who had it. And here comes the snap once again. This time it's going to be Journey Padilla once again right up the middle. And he took it from the beginning under center. And he gets another good gain. That's about 6 yards there up to the 42-yard line of Rock Springs. Actually up to about the 43. So gain of 7 there. It's going to be 2nd and 3. 2:54 to go here in this second quarter on the range scoreboard. Bronx leading 21-10. And we are going to get, looks like a timeout from Rock Springs. I believe that'll be their last one as well. They may have one more. Yeah, that is their last one. So they're out of timeouts. Got about 2:48 left to go on the range scoreboard. Bronx leading 21-10. We'll take a quick break as well. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
You save, we give. Hi, this is Taylor with First Northern Bank of Wyoming. I'm sure you've heard about our Roundup program by now, but did you know so far this year we've matched over $15,000 that we've donated to local nonprofits in our communities? If you haven't enrolled, stop by and see us at 29 North Gould Street to learn more and enroll today. You save, we give. It's a win for you and for the community. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, investing in Wyoming communities since 1885. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc Football. Bronx leading 21-10, 2:48 left on this second quarter. Rock Springs has the ball, 2nd and 3 out of the timeout. Going to start off in an empty set. And here comes the snap. They're going to try to throw it. They're throwing it deep. And Carson Chase has it. Breck Reed has the interception. Tried to throw it deep against Breck Reed. And he said, I will take that, sir. Thank you very much. Again, Rock Springs not a passing team. And they pay for it there. Throwing one up towards Breck Reed's area. He comes down with it. Interception made at about the 22-yard line of Sheridan. And now the Broncs are going to be thinking about putting some points up of their own. And here we go. Broncs are ready to go on offense now. I think they're actually on about the 21-yard line, And the first play, it's going to be a throw by Ty Gilbertson himself. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Good job by Rock Springs defender down there to get his hands on it. That was Sam Eddy. He's been all over the place tonight. Seen him get a couple of tackles for losses. Tipped that ball. Good job by him. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now after the incompletion from the 21-yard line of the Broncs. Ty Gilbertson's ready. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. He's going to try to throw it again. It's another slant route. Caught in the slot position over there. It's going to be a gain of about 31. And that was on the catch. Double check what I got here. That was Andrew Stewart who made that catch. And that was a gain of about 7. And tipped at the line of scrimmage once again as the Broncs went hurry up. That was a first down that they originally had. Got all the way up to the 34, Wasn't the 28, it was the 34. And thrown again, and it was tipped at the line of scrimmage again by Sam Eddy. So 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. 34 of the Broncs. 2:23 left to go in the second quarter. Broncs leading 21-10 on the range scoreboard. Ty Gilbertson sets up. Two receivers to the far side, one to the near side, or two to the near side as well. And it's going to be another pass play. Ty Gilbertson looking deep. He's got a man over the middle. It's Breck Reed. Makes the catch down the middle of the field at the 10 in the end zone. My name is Johnny Utah. Another touchdown by Breck Reed. Wow. Man, when the Broncs want to strike, they can strike quickly. And they show it off right there. That was a 75-yard touchdown. Excuse me, 65-yard touchdown. Ty Gilbertson on for the extra point as well. 2:14 to go left in the second quarter. And the kick is up, and it is good. Ty Gilbertson makes it a 28-10 lead for the Broncs on the Range scoreboard. We'll be right back with more Bronc football here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Hungry? Got $5? McDonald's has you covered. Introducing the all-new $5 meal deal. Choose between a juicy McDouble or a McChicken sandwich, but wait, you'll also get a small fry, small drink, and a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, all for just $5. That's right, $5. So why wait? Head to McDonald's now and grab the $5 meal deal. Better yet, download the mobile app and save even more money and time by ordering ahead. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Bronc football. 28-10 lead now on the Range scoreboard for the Broncs. Broncs have scored 28 unanswered after going down 10-0 to start this game. Offense has been highly effective here, doing it in a bunch of different ways on the run game and big pass game as well. Ty Gilbertson ready to kick the ball away, and it's a little bit of a line drive kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 4-yard line, and the return is going to be try to get back to the 20-yard line, but does not. The ball did come out, it looks like. And the Broncs have it. Wow. So now with 2:10 to go on in the second quarter, the Broncs are going to recover the fumble, and they will have it at the 19-yard line. The 19-yard line of Rock Springs. Or excuse me, the 14-yard line, not the 19. 14-yard line. Wow. What a response by this Bronc team. Now they're ready to go try to put more points on the board, try to make it a 35-10 lead heading into halftime. Gilbertson's going to take the snap and try to hand it off outside and snagged again. That is Sam Eddy on the outside. He has had a very, very strong first half. Drags down Keegan Rager on the outside. And again, that's a loss of about 5 for the Broncs. And this time a throw to the outside, or excuse me, a handoff towards the outside. And gets a gain, or it's a pass, excuse me. It was a pass. I thought it was a handoff at first, but it is a pass. Outside, it was dropped. It's an incomplete pass. So it's going to be 3rd and about 15 here for the Broncs after that 5-yard loss to start this drive. Ty Gilbertson's ready to go. Has one running back there with them. They're going to motion another one in. And here comes the toss pitch play. Eddy into the backfield again, but misses the tackle. And a couple broken tackles by the running back, Keegan Rager. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Surely you cannot be serious. Keegan Rager there with an unbelievable run. He was stopped in the backfield by Sam Eddy back there, but just refused to go down. And that is another touchdown for the Broncs, a 19-yarder there. Keegan Rager on the run. And Ty Gilbertson will put up the extra point attempt, and it is good. And now with 1:34 left in the second quarter on the Range scoreboard, Broncs are leading 35-10. You are listening to Bronc football here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWIO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com. We'll be right back with the ensuing kickoff.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Bronc football. Well, Bronc fans, you can use any onomatopoeia you want if you'd like. Mine's an exhale. That's what it's felt like. Just a very fast second quarter. A weird start to this game for the Broncs, but now they have 35 unanswered on the board. They were down 10-0. Now 35-10 lead for the Broncs on the Range scoreboard. And still 1:34 to go here in the second quarter. Kickoff is going to be returned here by Rock Springs. And fielded pretty nicely. Going to get up past the 20 and brought down about the 24-yard line on the return. Ben Fowler with a pretty decent return there for Rock Springs. So look at the ball back at the 24. So Rock Springs coming back out, and excuse me, I have to make a correction here. It was Kelton Crow who was on that TD run, and he has both of them. I said Keegan Rager. It was actually Kelton Crow who made that run. Makes a lot more sense as the guy that's usually in the backfield doing that sort of stuff. The first play from line of scrimmage for Rock Springs is going to go to the far side. It's going to be another run play out of the outside and brought down inbounds, importantly, inbounds for after a gain of about 2. It was a long gain of about 2 yards. And Broncs are going to call a timeout, see if they can stop Rock Springs on this first set of plays and then try to get the ball back and even score again as they head into the half. So we're going to take a quick break as they call timeout here. We got 1:16 left on the Range scoreboard. Broncs leading 35-10. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bronc football on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWIO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
And welcome back to Bronc football. Rock Springs ready to line up here. Second and about 8 yards. Got to get to the 35-yard line, and we're going to get a stoppage. Before the play is called, we're going to have a flag on the field. The call is encroachment. Encroachment on the Broncs. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll still be second down and move the Rock Springs Tigers up to the 37-yard line. So it's going to be second and about 3. And the run play is going to go right up the middle. Ball came out, but pounced on by Rock Springs. Ooh, that would have been very, very bad if the Broncs were able to jump on that. And we're going to get another timeout by Sheridan. That's going to be a loss on the play of about 4 yards. So it's going to push him back to third and about 7 after they gained and then the penalty and then fell back. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. Getting kind of a weird back and forth drive here for for Rock Springs. It'll be on the 28-yard line. 3rd and 7. We're going to keep it here. Referees are using, they're not using yellow flags tonight, unless I'm colorblind. I think it's for, I think they're like hot pink, I believe. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 for Rock Springs. We got 1:10 left on the range scoreboard here in the second quarter. And the play is going to be a keeper on the inside and going to gain the first down. That was Journey Padilla again. He's been the big guy up the middle that they've been giving the ball to. And that time he gets another first down, gets it all the way up to about the 40-yard line, it looks like. So an easy first down. So they're on their 40. The Broncs are probably not going to call any more timeouts after that first down. Just kind of let this one play out. Rock Springs doesn't have any more timeouts. And we do have an injury on the field, but walking off is the injured player for Rock Springs. Sean Barnes, it looks like, is going to the sideline, but he's walking off under his own power. And the clock will run. We're at just hit under a minute to play here in the second quarter on the range scoreboard. 35-10 lead for the Broncs. And Rock Springs, you'd have to think they're going to try to pass the ball eventually here, but we will see what happens as they come set. And it is a run right back up the middle once again, and this time only gains about 3 yards. That was Journey Padilla once again, up to the 43-yard line of Rock Springs. Yeah, I apologize. I had to make that correction there. It was Kelton Crow on that TD run. That impressive TD run earlier. 19-yarder. And the pink flags. They do have the pink flags. That is what the referees are having. I thought I was going colorblind or something, or the lights were affecting me a little bit. Here comes the second and about 6, and running back, or Logan Conti, the quarterback's going to take it himself after dropping back to pass, and he gets up to about the 50-yard line, right at the first down marker. I think they're going to give it to him. But that is going to end the half. That was the last play of the half. They were probably looking for a Hail Mary of some kind just to try to get it downfield, but the pressure got there from the Broncs, and Logan Conti had to try to run the football, and that is going to end the half. So, at halftime, 35-10 lead for the Broncs on the range scoreboard. We'll be back with a little bit of an abbreviated halftime show here this evening. This evening, we'll be back with more here in just a little bit. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Loans can help people when they need money. Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union makes loans. So does that mean Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union helps people? You bet it does. That's what it's all about. When you're a credit union member, that means you're also an owner. And practically anyone in the Sheridan area can be a member by becoming a customer. At Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, located at 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc football. We're at the half here, 35-10 lead for the Sheridan Broncs on the Range scoreboard. Interesting first half here for the Broncs, if I'm going to be honest with you. They went down early, 10-0. Got a turnover on that first play and that first drive of the game for the Broncs that led to a field goal, and then it was a 40-yard punt on the next drive after 3 plays, and then the punt, and then the Rock Springs Tigers were able to march down the field in 9 plays and score a touchdown. So quickly down 10-0, but the Broncs were able to respond from that, and since then they've scored 35 unanswered. Have not had any problems, really. A couple big plays from Rock Springs, but none of them have led to points or anything like that, so they have responded well. 35 unanswered, scoring the touchdowns, starting to play well on defense as well. It'll take them a little bit to wake up. Again, kind of weird circumstances for both teams, obviously, but especially for the Broncs. You got the fire going on down in Sheridan, and then they have what was supposed to be senior night as well up at Homer Scott Field for the Sheridan Broncs turns into essentially a road trip. So not ideal, obviously, if they're Broncs. Kind of a weird start. Not making excuses for them or anything like that, obviously, because Jeff Maury and those guys down there would not want me to make excuses for them, and they're not making excuses for themselves either. And 35-10. Why would you be making excuses anyway? So 35-10 lead for the Broncs on the Range scoreboard. It's going to be a fun weekend of action here this weekend. Again, we got this one going on right now. Tongue River taking on Wheatland right now. That one is in Buffalo as well. That one got moved kind of at the last second over in Buffalo. And as it stands right now, last update I got was Kevin Coyle giving me the update is halftime over there, and it was 8-8 at the half, and I believe that one has not changed at all. So that one's still going on. We still got high school volleyball, Sheridan Broncs, and they're starting their second run through the 4A Eastern Conference this week, and Lady Broncs are on the road. They're on the road today. They're taking on Cheyenne East, and tomorrow at Cheyenne Central. And Bighorn in volleyball, they swept Natrona County in their lone match of the week, and the Lady Rams have this weekend off from competition. And Tongue River is at home today in their volleyball games versus Sundance starting at 3 p.m. That one already concluded, obviously. We'll have all the scores for that over on SheridanMedia.com. And then they play tomorrow at Moorcroft as well, so they'll go on the road. And cross country, Tongue River is in Moorcroft also at the Moorcroft Invitational, and Sheridan and Bighorn, they have the weekend off in cross country. Sheridan High School girls swimming and diving, they're competing today and tomorrow in Buffalo. So they competed today and they're going to compete again tomorrow in Buffalo. The state meet for high school girls swimming and diving is in about a month, a little bit less than a month away. And then Sheridan Hawks hockey, we've got the two top teams in the NA3HL Frontier Division. The Hawks, they'll be playing the defending Fraser Cup champions Helena. Both games tonight, and it's going to be today and tomorrow, 7:05 p.m. So that one just dropped on that one. 7:05 p.m. tonight and 7:05 p.m. tomorrow as well. So that's a look at the local action pretty quickly here, and we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with a little bit more here on the halftime report. Bronc halftime report presented by the Powderhorn. You're listening to Bronc Football, 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
The Powderhorn is proud to be a Sheridan Bronc supporter. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many social activities, the Powderhorn Golf community offers excellent real estate and membership options for you and your family. This is your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about real estate and club membership opportunities, please call us at 674-9545 or email sales@thepowderhorn.com.
Is your toilet bowl so dingy and nasty that your dog won't even drink out of it? Originally it was white porcelain, but now it is a brownish green color. Ew. You need A+ plumbers to come and take that gross thing away and install a new one that is white again. Something that you aren't embarrassed to let the company use, and something your dog can drink from. A+ Plumbers, 672-9454. A+ Plumbers, they are #1 in the #2 business.
First Federal Bank and Trust presents the final Dining for a Cause of the year at Frackleton's on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m.
We're supporting the Sheridan College Foundation with scholarships for Sheridan College veteran students.
Frackleton's will donate all restaurant sales and tips, plus First Federal Bank and Trust and the Keeney Foundation will provide an additional match of up to $10,000 each.
This will be an exciting Dining for a Cause on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m. with proceeds benefiting the Sheridan College Foundation.
Dining for a Cause, presented by Frackleton's and
First Federal Bank and Trust.
Your kids are grown and out of the house, but now your aging parents are needing some help. Does this sound familiar? Hi, this is Mandolin Meyer with Hospital Pharmacy West. Keeping track of medications can be confusing. Dosage, frequency, and what about that new prescription? At Hospital Pharmacy West, we'll answer your questions and help you keep it all straight. Visit your hometown pharmacist at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hometown Pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Construction loans are becoming more and more popular with customers at First Bank of Wyoming, and for good reason. Hi, this is Kim Newman. With a construction loan from First Bank of Wyoming, it's easy to keep track of our entire project with the help of our online construction platform called Built. Built allows the borrower and builder to have access to the entire construction process and budget overview, ensuring it moves forward without any difficulty. There is no one better to trust with your project, no matter how big or small, than First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc football. We're still at the half here. Got about 5 minutes left here in the halftime break. Broncs leading 35-10 on the range scoreboard. And again, 35 unanswered from the Broncs. And it's not like Rock Springs has a couple guys that have been playing pretty well. Some of their running backs have been putting together some good runs. On defense, the guy I've been most impressive so far from this Rock Springs defense, Sam Eddy. He's been playing kind of on the edge a little bit, on both edges, and he's been very, very good so far. Has a couple pass deflections, a couple pressures. I think he has a sack as well. He's been gooning in this game so far. Been an absolute goon to start this game, and it's been impressive to see. That's been the biggest standout, especially from this defense so far. I mean, they've had 35 hung on him, obviously, 35 unanswered, but that has been the guy that's been the most disruptive so far in this game for Rock Springs on the defensive side. But Sam Eddy done a good job so far. It's going to be a fun weekend in the regional scene as well as the national scene in sports. The Wyoming Cowboys, they're going to be taking on, I believe it's San Diego State. Yeah, San Diego State tomorrow. It's going to be 1:30 p.m. We'll see if they can compete against San Diego State off of the bye week for the Wyoming Cowboys. That should be a pretty fun game, another conference matchup. Those two teams seem to play each other pretty well whenever it comes to football on the gridiron, if you will. And the Denver Broncos, obviously, they'll be back in action as well. They're looking to win 4 in a row, win their 4th game in a row. They're going to take on the Chargers on Sunday. That's at 2:05 p.m. our time. We'll have that game live on Fox Sports 106.3 FM, and the Cowboy football game, 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, right here if you're listening on the radio. That one is on Saturday. And Major League Baseball as well. Right now, we have the last NLDS game going on right now as we are speaking. I'm keeping an eye on that one, if I'm being honest with you. The Dodgers, they're leading the Padres 1-0. That one's in the 5th inning. heading into the bottom half of the 5th inning, and they are in L.A. So Dodgers 1-0 lead there, and it's going to be a big day in the rest of college football as well over this weekend. Huge day Saturday in terms of ranked matchups. We got Red River rivalry, Texas-Oklahoma going on. That one's always fun, always random, always weird. It's one of the biggest rivalries in all of college football going on tomorrow. That one's at 1:30 p.m. our time. Number 1 versus number 18 officially in the rankings. Also going on tomorrow, another big one. No rivalry yet, but it is a Big Ten conference play. I can't believe I'm saying that between these two teams. Ohio State and Oregon, a Big Ten conference matchup, but number 2 and number 3 ranked teams in the country, and that one's going on tomorrow as well. 5:30 p.m. kickoff for that. We also have Ole Miss LSU, another rivalry game there in the SEC. That one kicks off at 5:30 as well. 2 ranked teams there, 9th and 13th in the country. Ole Miss 9th, LSU 13th in the country in that matchup. Just a ton of really fun games coming up in college football this weekend. Penn State USC should be another fun game that's coming up this weekend as well. Should be a lot of fun in the world of college football tomorrow. And then in the rest of the Mountain West this weekend, we've got Utah State. They're playing UNLV actually right now, and that one, UNLV is leading 7-0. That one's in the first quarter, so still early in that one, but underway. Colorado State takes on San Jose State tomorrow, and then Air Force, they take on New Mexico tomorrow. Washington State, Fresno State tomorrow. Oregon State, Nevada, and then Boise State will take the trip down, or I guess across the ocean, not across the pond because that's UK, across the Pacific Ocean over to Hawaii. I guess not all the way across, about halfway across the Pacific Ocean over to Hawaii to play that one. That one's a 9 p.m. start there, and that one's always a tough road trip if you are the visiting team going to Hawaii. We're going to take another quick break, and then we will be back, and we will get the second half underway. You're listening to Bronc Football here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and you're watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Listed for $1.2 million, 73 Prairie Drive can be a single-family home or an extended family home. Fabulous mountain and city views surround the 6-bedroom, 6-bath home. There's a very spacious in-law suite with 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and a kitchen, plus a separate entrance. The main living has a large chef's kitchen and master suite retreat. Call me, Christy Kinghorn, with Buffalo Realty, ERA powered, online at BuffaloRealtyLLC.com.
Looking to learn something new or pursue a passion? Sheridan College offers 8-week community interest classes in both Buffalo and Sheridan. Whether it's golf for beginners, learning software, cooking, or film series, we offer once-per-week fun courses designed for everyone. No experience needed. Explore new skills, meet like-minded people, and enrich your life right here in town. Find out more at sheridan.edu/community or call 675-0500. Learn something new at Sheridan College.
Sign up your 2nd through 5th graders for citywide basketball with the Sheridan Rec District and the YMCA. Registration for 2nd and 3rd graders will be in person at the YMCA, and they'll also have their practices and games there. 4th and 5th graders can register online at SheridanRecreation.com. Players will be on teams with other kids from their school and compete against other elementary schools. Registration closes October 11th. For questions, call the Sheridan Rec District at 674-6421.
Hi, this is Colton Bates with the Bates team at Best, and our goal when working with any buyer or seller is to tailor the experience to them and their home wants and needs. Some people prefer that they have the entire process explained slowly. Others may want to show off their home in the most charming, wondrous, sensational way possible with looks that can back up its words. Maybe you'll be ready in 3 years, and in that case, I've got you circled for 2027. Or you're ready to get moving right here, right now, and in that case, let's get to work. For any situation you have, give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Proudly brokered by EXP. Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc Football, 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO. Just about to get started here for the second half. Bronx and Rock Springs out here warming up again. We got about 2 minutes left in the warm-ups here before the start of the second half. 35-10 on the range scoreboard, like I said, and Bronx leading handily here after 35 unanswered. 35 unanswered by Bronx after getting down to a 10-0 deficit here in this one down in Natrona County. For the NFL tomorrow, Sunday, NFL Sunday matchups, some good games going on in the NFL as well. Commanders-Ravens, this will be a very fun game. Jane Daniels versus Lamar Jackson. Jane Daniels quietly having MVP caliber season. Do I dare say it? He's a rookie in this league, and he's having not just a Rookie of the Year caliber season, but an MVP caliber season for the Commanders. They're 4-1 on the year, and again, it's early. I mean, very early, obviously, but going up against a solid Ravens team as well, with Lamar Jackson on the other side, the defending MVP of the season last year, of the NFL last year. And again, Chargers-Broncos, mentioned that one already. That one's kicking off about 2:05 p.m. We'll have pregame for you at about noon over on Fox Sports 106.3 FM. And then also going on Lions-Cowboys. That'll be a big matchup there. Big test for both of those teams. More so the Cowboys, kind of a good read on where they're at in the NFC. And then Bengals and Giants. Bengals will try to kind of dig themselves out of this 1-4 hole that they've put themselves in so far this year. A defense that can't really stop anything, if you're asking me. They'll try to do something against the Giants. And then Monday Night Football as well this week. Bills, Jets. Jets coming off the firing of their head coach. We'll try to see if that can reinvigorate maybe their offense a little bit. And we'll see if the Bills can bounce back from a tough loss against the Texans last Sunday, in which we saw some very interesting decisions from offensive coordinator towards the end of that game. Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Bills, and Josh Allen and whatnot as well. We'll see if they can bounce back with a victory over the Jets there in a not great division so far to start the year in the the AFC East. So that is the football lineup on Sunday, and we're just about ready to kick this one off. Just got an update from Tongue River as well. They're down in Buffalo, obviously, but an update there, 8-8. Still 8-8 at the end of the third quarter there. Tongue River and Wheatland going head-to-head. Just got an update on that one. So we are ready to go. About to start the third quarter. Broncs leading 35-10 on the range scoreboard. Ty Gilbertson going to line things up and kick this one away. And there it goes. It's going to be a shorter kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 10-yard line. Going to come out and try to return it. And the return is stopped before the 20-yard line. I'd like to see more of that. Kicking the ball in front of the end zone and having your return team play defense. Kind of a lost art. Even in the NFL, college as well, you just tell everybody to kick it out of the back of the end zone. But you can get some positive field position from the return team defensively. I mean, here, Rock Springs, they're going to be set up on the 16-yard line, and you'll take any of those yards you can get if you're the Broncs. Start them off a little bit further away. So from the 16, they are ready to go. Rock Springs, they're going to start out in an empty formation, and it's going to be a pass play all the way. A short pass play right to the outside, nearly picked off by the cornerback out there. Just had a little bit of a late jump. That was Carson Chase over there, trying to make that play. And the pass will fall incomplete, out of harm's way. It looked like his receiver there, I think it was Logan Condi, the quarterback, and his receiver. I didn't see who the receiver was. They were just not on the same page there on that play, as the receiver basically running past the ball. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line, their own 16. And again, they're going to line up in this goofy formation they motion out of, and it's going to be a handoff. Going to be outside by Sam Thornhill, but wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of one. Yeah, it looks like they'll give him the gain of one, so up to the 17-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 9. And again, if you're Rock Springs, you did not want to be battling the long yardage situations. Not a throwing football team. They're last in a couple of categories when it comes to throwing the football, or tied for last. They only average about 1.2 passing first downs per game, and that is tied for last in the state. And they only had 2 total pass TDs coming into this game. That was also second to last in the state as well. So they don't like to pass the football. They want to stay out of those situations as much as possible. They're going to line up here on a 3rd and 9 from the 17-yard line. Their own 17. And we are going to get a penalty flag. That's probably a delay game. And it is a delay of game, so that's going to back them up even more, 5 more yards. So back them up to the 12-yard line. Now even further back, 3rd and 13. Got to get to about the 26-yard line for a first down. Rock Springs comes out. They're ready. They're going to begin that empty set this time. And again, more motion, but they'll stay in the empty. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. And the play is going to go for a pass. They're going to throw it out wide and incomplete, out of bounds. Just threw it too far for his receiver. Logan Condi threw it too far for his receiver to even make a play on it. That was Ben Fowler out there. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. And it's going to be fourth and about 15. 4th and about 14, give or take, from the 12-yard line. And Rock Springs is going to put the punting unit back out there and kick this one away. And it is Breck Reed out there, as well as Carson Chase. And it's going to be Breck Reed again returning it. And he's going to have a little bit of room on the outside to the far side of the field. He fielded it to the near side, but he's going to the far side and then gets wrapped up. Not a lot of gain there, just ran across the field essentially. And gets dropped at about the 46-yard line of Rock Springs. So again, good field position for the Broncs. They'll line up in plus territory of Rock Springs at the 46-yard line after the punt. So 1st and 10 from the 46 of Rock Springs. Ty Gilbertson's going to line up in shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. We're going to have motion here, and the pass to the near side. It's going to be a wide receiver screen to Breck Reed. He makes a couple men miss and is tackled down at about the 36-yard line. So a gain of about 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1. 37-yard line, it looks like, is where they're going to mark him. Yeah, 37-yard line, gain of about 9. 2nd and 1 for this Bronc offense. Already up 35-10 on the range scoreboard and driving early here in this second half. Again in shotgun, Ty Gilbertson. He's going to take the ball and he's going to pitch it out wide to Kelton Crow, and he is wrapped up and dropped early at about the 35-yard line. There is a flag on the field, though. We'll see what this call is. And we are going to get holding on the offense, on the Broncs. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty from that previous spot. So that's going to push them back all the way from where they were originally, essentially, or back to where they were originally, back to the 47 this time. So now it's going to be 2nd and about 10, give or take. 2nd and 11 officially. 46. So yeah, 2nd and 10, actually. 2nd and 10 after the penalty. Shotgun set. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, 1 guy in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff this time again to the outside. It's going to be Kelton Crow again, wrapped up. That is Sam Eddy again. Wow, he is exploding off the edge, off that right side that time, his right side, and just stopping those plays in the backfield. If you're the Broncs, avoid that side at all costs, because he has been very effective getting off his blocks on those outside reads and blowing that play up. That's a loss of about, not a huge loss, but still a loss of about 2. So shotgun set again for Ty Gilbertson. 3rd and about 12. It's going to be a throw over the middle, but knocked down. And it's going to be incomplete. Let's see what the call is here for the Broncs. They're going to leave the offense out there, or they're going to punt it away. Making the decisions here. There is going to be some subs, but no indication that they're going to send the full punt unit out there. But again, Ty Gilbertson is technically the punter, so we could see a pooch kick or something like that here. He can punt it away if he wants to. Here comes 4th and that is exactly what he's going to do. It's 4th and 12. He's going to pooch it all the way down, lands about the 15, and a great punt by Ty Gilbertson. It's going to hold up at about the 5-yard line. Holds up at about the 5-yard line. And the Broncs jump on it. So, doesn't end ideally for the Broncs. They pumped it away, but good field position defensively for the Broncs. Not great for Rock Springs. And we'll see if Rock Springs has any more answers. Haven't really done anything offensively in essentially 2.5 quarters. Been a lot of nothing since that touchdown early in the first quarter. So we'll see what the Broncs can do. We'll keep it here as Rock Springs is out and just about ready to go start the second drive for them in the second half. Again, they'll get it at about their 4-yard line. First play from line of scrimmage. It's going to be a misdirection. There's lots of room on the far side for that running back. And see who it was initially. I think it's Sam Thornhill. Still can't really tell. Let me look. It's Ben Fowler, actually, who had that run. Man, again, and then lots of different things to have to be reading if you're the Bronc defense. And we heard Jeff Maury talk about that a little bit. The keys they have to pay attention to. Can't be watching the ball. I'm trying to watch the ball up here, and it's tough for me to even pay attention to what is going on. So, good gain there. That was about a 17-yard run for Ben Fowler. And now it's going to be a fumble-rooski, a little kind of shotgun fumble-rooski. I saw that one pretty early on, but that was an interesting play. It was a run right back up the middle, but the two guys that were in shotgun acted like they were down and looking for the football, and it was the guy that was under center that had the ball. I guess it's not really exactly fumble-rooski, but something like it, and he gets a decent gain out of it. Gets about 5 yards. So that'll move him up to about the 26-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and 5 for Rock Springs. 35-10 lead for the Broncs on the range scoreboard. 7:45 to go in this third quarter. And here comes the next play. This time it's going to be handoff. This time Sam Thornhill is going to be stopped in the backfield. Backfield or at about the line of scrimmage. Yeah, at about the line of scrimmage it looks like. 26 is going to stay at the 26-yard line. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5 here. No gain officially on that carry. Again, they're going to line up with a triple shotgun set looking, and they're going to motion into under center with a couple different options. And this time it's going to be right back up the middle. Journey Padilla, and the ball did come out, it looks like. Broncs, can't tell. Broncs do have it. Well, there was really no reaction from the defense or the sideline to really tell. And the Broncs come up with a fumble there to get the ball back again in Rock Springs territory. That's kind of been the story of the night so far. Story of the night so far for the Broncs, recovering those fumbles, and Rock Springs just having difficulties getting out of their own end and giving the Broncs the ball back in good territory. They'll have the ball here at about the 28-yard line. In good position to strike once again. So Ty Gilbertson's going to come out after the fumble. Line up in shotgun. Going to have one receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side. Garrett Way going to motion out of the backfield, fake a pitch. Ty Gilbertson's going to take it up the middle. Good read by him, and he gets a good gain up to about the 18. A 10-yard run for Ty Gilbertson. And that is officially a Sheridan Bronc first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line for the Broncs. 35-10 lead on the range scoreboard. About 6:34 to go here in this third quarter. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Gilbertson in shotgun. Got Garrett Way to his right. And the throw is going to be out to the outside, and it is going to be run in for a touchdown. So you're telling me there is a chance. You're telling me there's a chance. That was Carson Chase out there that caught that swing pass and just ran the rest of the way for an easy touchdown. He was barely touched all the way up until the end zone. You're telling me there's a chance. That was about an 18-yard touchdown catch. Gilbertson out there for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good. So 2 plays after the fumble from Rock Springs, and the Broncs score again. They go up 42-10 on the Range scoreboard. You're listening to Bronc football here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Wyoming Corporate Office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming Corporate Office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, this is Jody DeColius with Campco Federal Credit Union. Our mortgage team is ready to get to work for you. Whether you're shopping for your next home or looking to make some improvements on your current home, let our team help find the perfect program that fits your needs. We have options for everyone, including first-time homebuyer, conventional, construction loans, home equity lines of credit, and more. It's quick and easy to get pre-qualified, so find us at campcofcu.com. NMLS 449284, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc football. It's a 45-10 lead on the Range scoreboard. 42-10 lead, on the Range scoreboard. Bronc's leading 6 with 6:18 to go here. And the kickoff from Ty Gilverton is going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Rock Springs, not great offensively here these last few drives. In fact, I'm double checking this here. The last time that they were out of their own end, it's been a while. Basically since before halftime, closer to the first quarter almost, that they were out of their own end. And they're in their own end here, starting at the 20, 1st and 10. And the first play from scrimmage here, it's going to be another one of those misdirections, but wrapped up nicely by the Broncs. First person there was Carson Chase out of the corner spot, stopping that one early. And, in fact, behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 2-yard loss. 2-yard loss for Rock Springs on that one. Again, having to play a couple different ways. So from the 18, Rock Springs, they're going to keep it here. I believe that's Sam Thornhill on the outside, and he gets wrapped up. Another short gain. It gets the lost yardage back and gets up to the 20 again, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. So 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. And here we go, the 3rd and 10 play from Rock Springs. Let's see what they can come up with here. Lots of motion to start. And that is a pre-snap, or a snap penalty. That's going to be a legal motion, I would imagine. And that's going to be a completed pass, stopped at about the 25, but that is almost certainly coming back as the motion got into the illegal territory. Illegal motion, I would imagine, but let's see what the call is. Illegal shift. I guess that's officially the penalty. It is a 5-yard penalty, and the Broncs are going to decline it. So that's what Maury was down there talking to the referee about. He wants to just decline it. It's a 6-yard gain. It'll be 4th and about 4 here. Got to get to the 30 in order to get a first down. But I think the Broncs and Jeff Maury, confident enough in his defense, both defensively, and they have the punt unit out there, but you never know. Confident enough to try to stop this. If it is a fake, I doubt it. And it's a bad snap, and they're just going to try to kick this away as far as they can, and it's not a great punt. It's going to be at about the 45. And we do have a personal foul roughing the kicker call. And it's an automatic first down. I didn't see the flag initially. That's tough if you're the Broncs. They had that play basically dead to rights, and it was just running into the roughing the kicker, I guess. And that is going to cost them a first down and possession of the football, because that would have given the Broncs, they would have had the football back. And now Rock Springs has the football back, and they're going to be moved up to let's see where they're officially placed at here, the 41-yard line, their own 41-yard line. So they did punt it away, but get it back on the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, new life if you're Rock Springs. And here comes the first play on this new set of downs. Another misdirection, and there is room for Rock Springs. And a big run there. Logan Condi, that is officially the quarterback who kept it himself and had a big run. That was from the 41 all the way down, their own 41, all the way down to the 30, about the 35 of the Broncs. So 1st and 10 again. That misdirection has confused the Broncs a couple of times here tonight, where they keep everybody going to one side, and then the guy with the actual football is going towards the weaker side of the offensive line. Again, it worked again there. Another big run, 20-plus yard run there. See what the play call is here from Rock Springs, and this time it's right up the gut with Journey Padilla, I believe is who that is. It is Journey Padilla, and he's going to get about 8 yards there. So now Rock Springs with a little bit of life, all the way up to about the 27-yard line. So that roughing the kicker penalty, roughing the punter penalty, paying dividends here if you're Rock Springs. Big 15 yards and then a big run right after that. And comfortably in Bronc territory now on the 27-yard line. Play here, another misdirection. And it's going to be, that time, snagged quickly. And it was Caleb Prater, I believe is who that was, who had the ball, but stopped before anything could get going. And even behind the line of scrimmage, actually. It's going to be a loss of 1. So it'll be 3rd and about 3 from the 28-yard line. So now let's see if the Broncs can get another stop here. 2:37 left in this third quarter. 42-10 lead for the Broncs on the range scoreboard. And it's going to be another handoff. This time it's Sam Thornhill, and he's going to try to get to the first. Pretty close. It looks like they're going to mark him short, though. Had to get to the 25. Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 26. 26-yard line, I believe. Yeah, 26-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 1, and I would imagine they're just going to keep the offense out there. Rock Springs is. And the Broncs are just going to try to save this possession, if you will, this defensive possession, and then extradite out of there. I don't know if I used that correctly. Extract, I guess, is more of what I was looking for. 4th and 1. Let's see what the play call is here for Rock Springs. And it's going to be a handoff, direct snap to Sam Thornhill, and he nearly has it, really close. And from the initial spot, it looks like he is going to be short. We'll see if they keep that. And it is a turnover on downs. Good job by the Bronc defense. Sorry, it took them a while to get that call. So the Broncs will take over. Good stop by that Bronc defense. Had the 15-yard roughing the kicker penalty, roughing the punter penalty, gave up a big run, and then got strong and stopped him on about the 28-yard line, 26-yard line, and that's where the Broncs will start. And the first play is a handoff to Kelton Crow, and he gets a decent gain, about 11 yards, it looks like, from that initial spot. Yeah, it goes from the 26 to about the 36, so 10-yard gain. And it's going to be a first down for the Sheridan Broncs. .118 to go here in this third quarter. 42-10 lead for the Broncs. Looking to put some more points on the board And the snap to Ty Gilbertson, and a huge hole for Garrett Way. He's going to get a good run. And another first down for the Broncs, all the way up to the 47-yard line. Again, good crowd here tonight for the Sheridan Broncs. A lot of parents made the trip. Shout out to them. A lot of fans made out the trip as well. Good crowd for a Natrona County High School game that's supposed to be a home game for Sheridan. The snap to Ty Gilbertson, hands it off once again, and another good run this time by Kelton Crow. He'll gain about 9 here. So now the Broncs just gashing the Rock Springs defense right now. And this can get very tiresome if you're Rock Springs. If you've been doing it, kind of dealing with it all night. And a lot of these guys play both sides of the ball, obviously. You've been running yourself, and now your defense has to try to stop the run. It can be very tiring. It's going to be second and about 1 from the Rock Springs 44-yard line. And the play is going to be another handoff. This time Garrett Way is going to bounce it out to the outside and get wrapped up, but gets the first down at about the 41-yard line. So fresh set of downs from the 41. Got about 8 seconds left, and they're just going to let the clock run out here. The Broncs offense will. So we'll head into the fourth quarter. Broncs leading 42-10 on the range scoreboard. We'll be back with the fourth quarter play. You're listening to Bronc football on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Farmers Co-op, home of the 99-cent soda, invites you to start your day off right with that first cup of Morning Joe and a little something to go from their awesome bakery rack. Then come back for lunch. By now, I know you've heard me talk about their mouth-watering sausages, but they also have a variety of hot and cold sandwiches along with a soup of the day. They really do have it all at Farmers Co-op, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
Celebrate Security State Bank's 95th anniversary with You Choose Rewards, where you can earn points towards great rewards every time you use your Security State Bank Visa debit card. The points can be redeemed for cash, travel, event tickets, gift cards from popular retailers, merchandise, and more. Stop by Security State Bank in Sheridan, Gillette, Orland, Crable, or Basin and register your Security State Bank debit card to start earning You Choose Rewards today. Security State Bank, FDIC insured.
This is Jamie Barkell with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc football, 1410 AM, 106.9 FM KWYO. We'll flip the sides of the field here. Broncs will line up on the 41-yard line. First and 10 to start this fourth quarter. 42-10 lead on the range scoreboard. Gilbertson ready to go. And it's going to be another handoff from shotgun. Kelton Crow going to have it there, not nearly as much as he was getting the last time. It's going to be stopped at about the 38-yard line, gain of about 4. So up to the 38. Now the Broncs are kind of just comfortable with milking the clock right now, to be honest. Getting as much clock down as possible. 11:30 to go in the fourth quarter, 42-10. Game is comfortably in hand right now for the Broncs. And here comes the handoff from Ty Gilbertson once again. It's Garrett Way this time. He's got it. He's going to get close to the first down marker. Gets stopped about 3 yards short, so not as close as I thought. Maybe a little bit closer than that. 2 yards short at the 32-yard line. So 3rd and 2. Got to get to the 31. He's at the 33-yard line. So 3rd and about 2 from the 33. Probably see something inside zone like once again. This time it's going to be a keeper. No, Garrett Way's going to have it. Or excuse me, Kelton Crow's going to have it. And he breaking tackles, gets all the way down to about the 27-yard line. So first down once again for the Broncs. Yeah, if the Broncs keep the ball here and milk as much clock off as they can, maybe walking away, even if they only get a field goal out of it, get as much clock down as they can, they'll be walking away thinking that's the bomb diggity. They will be happy with that. Bomb diggity. Ty Gilbertson in the backfield. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Another handoff, this time to Garrett Way on the outside. He's done damage out there this game. Gets to the 20, the 15, gets nearly wrapped up, but breaks it, dives for the pylon. They give him the touchdown. He don't want no scrubs. What a run by Garrett Way. Wow. 27-yarder. Gives the Broncs a 48-10 lead. And Ty Gilbertson will try to kick the extra point to make it a 49-10 lead. 9:57 on the clock here on the range scoreboard. And Gilbertson's kick is up, and it is good. So 49-10 lead for the Broncs, 49 unanswered since basically a quarter of the way through the first quarter. They have been clicking on all cylinders, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with the ensuing kickoff. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Whether you're starting a business, safeguarding your assets for future generations, or navigating the complexities of property transactions, McCool Law Firm LLC in Sheridan provides tailored solutions that ensure your success. McCool Law Firm understands that each case is unique, and it is committed to delivering personalized service that will exceed your expectations. McCool Law Firm, protecting your legacy, stepping up to bat for you. Find out more and schedule a consultation at McCoolLawFirmLLC.com or call 307-461-9240.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Bronc Football. Just an update for you over in Buffalo for the Tongue River game. Wheatland is up 22-16. 2:55 left in the fourth quarter. They scored but missed the two-point conversion, so Wheatland is winning that one 22-16. With a little under 3 minutes to go. That's the last update I got from Kevin Coyle. Was covering that one down there. Big shout out to Kevin Coyle for his stuff on that one. Shout out to Tyler and Skip Rogers as well, listeners of the program here tonight. And the kickoff is going to be returned from Rock Springs, and it's a good return as well. He's going to get all the way up to the 40 and brought down to about the 44-yard line. 44-yard line. Good return there by Rock Springs. Haven't seen one of those from an opposing team in a while, and that was a good return. So, Rock Springs will set up here with good field position. 44-yard line, their own 44-yard line. That was about a 34-yard return, give or take, maybe a little bit more than that. So line up on the 44, 1st and 10, and it's going to be Sam Thornhill. He's going to be taking it all the way, this time to the far side, outside his tackles, and it gets brought down a little past the 50. Up to about the 48-yard line, it looks like. I can mark him at the 50, actually. 50 exactly. So that's a gain of about 6 there. So from the 50, 2nd and about 4 for Rock Springs, trying to get into the Bronx territory for the second straight drive. Here comes the play. It's going to be another one of those misdirections towards the near side this time, and another good run by Rock Springs. This time it was Ben Fowler on the carry there. He gets up to the Bronx 40, so a gain of about 10. So now Rock Springs finding some holes to run through and whatnot. But honestly, at this point, the Broncs will take it. If they're going to run down the clock, they will gladly accept it. By all means. So 1st and 10 from the Bronx 40 for Rock Springs. Going to motion into shotgun here. And it's going to be Logan Condi. He's going to throw it and throw outside. Pretty good throw as well into triple coverage, but squeezes it into that tight cone area. And the catch is made for a first down. And that was Ben Fowler who made that catch, I believe. And that's a 10-yard gain for the first down. So from the 30, 1st and 10 for Rock Springs. And here it's going to be another one of those runs up the middle. It's going to be Journey Padilla on that one. And he only gets a gain of about 2. So 2nd and 8 from the 28. 2nd and 7, I guess, is what they're going to say. Yeah, 2nd and 7 from the 27. 2nd and 7 from the 27. Just got a final update as well. Tongue River Falls in Buffalo, 22-16 in that one. That one just went final. Shout out to Kevin Coyle for helping us cover that one as well. And the 2nd and 7 is going to be another one of those misdirections towards the near side this time. This time, the Broncs lock it up pretty well. No gain on the play there. 3rd down from the 27. And it's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 27. 3rd and 7 on the clock right now. 7:25 and counting in this fourth quarter. Broncs leading 49-10 on the range scoreboard in this makeshift home game in Natrona County for the Broncs. So 3rd and 7. A motion again. And they're going to start in empty formation. They're going to get one guy out of the backfield, and we're going to get a timeout. Somebody missed their assignment because somebody was motioning. I believe it was, Logan Conde was motioning for somebody else to motion back into the backfield as well. And nobody did. So we're going to get a timeout from Rock Springs. Got 6:58 left here in this fourth quarter on the range scoreboard. 49-10 lead for the Broncs. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
What's new at Waring Sheridan Chevrolet? And I'm talking vehicles, Doug Wooden.
We have Tahoes, new Suburban, new half-ton Silverados, as well as a ZR2 Duramax half-ton. Heavy duties, 3/4 tons, 1-ton Silverados, new Blazers, Trailblazers, you name it. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll find it. Just ask.
Experience the Waring way of buying vehicles. Waring Chevrolet, 107 East Alger, WaringSheridan.com.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc Football, 1410 AM, 106.9 FM KWYO. 6:58 left here in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 7 for Rock Springs on the 27-yard line of the Broncs. It's going to be spread. It's going to be a pass here from Logan Conde. He's going deep towards the end zone and picked off by the Broncs at about the goal line, and the return to get up to about the 9. Let's see who it is who had that interception. That was, let me get you, Rudy Green, it looks like, was the one who picked that one off. Rudy Green with the interception. He's going to come over and ring the bell, the turnover bell, if you will. He gets an interception there, and the Broncs will get the ball back on their own 9-yard line after the interception. And if the Broncs can get a couple of first downs here, they're more than likely put this away. It's going to be an awkward snap for Ty Gilbert. He's going to look like a busted play. He was just going to have to try to run that himself and get that out of the backfield. But he gets stopped early, way early, at about the 5-yard line. So it goes from a 1st and 10 from the 9 to a 2nd and 14 from the 5. 6:25 to play here in this fourth quarter. 49-10 lead for the Broncs on the range scoreboard. And Gilby's going to take the snap, hand it off to Garrett Way, who had the ball there. And he only gets a gain of about 2 up the middle. So it'll still be about 3rd and 12. Third and about 12 from the, 3rd and about 12 from the 7-yard line. Excuse me, that was not Garrett Way. That was Peyton Ormseth who had that ball. Apologize. Looks like we got some subs in there for the Broncs, actually. Most of them are subs. Another tough snap, and the running back there is going to be brought down in the end zone. I think forward progress was stopped before the safety. So, yeah, they're going to mark him out about the 2-yard line. But, again, another not great snap causes that play to kind of go out of whack. And I believe that was Chance Morris who was out there trying to get away from that defensive end. And the end just wrapped him up at about the 2-yard line, threw him into the end zone. But, again, forward progress was stopped at that 2-yard line. And it'll be 4th and a long ways. 4th and about 17. They're going to be punting this one. The Broncs are going to be punting this one away. Gilby basically in the back of the end zone, the very back of the end zone. And the snap goes over the head of Gilby, and that is going to be a safety. The rare over the punter's head safety. Don't see it very often. You just saw it right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 49-12 officially now. We do have a flag on the field. I don't know what for. Very, very late. Both teams are essentially off the field when we got the flag. Let's see what the call is here. So, we got an unsportsmanlike conduct was the call on somebody from Rock Springs. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. That's a big 15-yard penalty. From the 35-yard line. It's going to be a free kick, right, because of the safety, obviously, and it happened after the play, the unsportsmanlike conduct. So they're going to free kick it from the 35. Rock Springs will be getting the ball back. Person that got that unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't see their name on my sheet. I heard it, but I didn't see the name. Could just be missing it here, but no big deal. Regardless, it's going to be a free kick. 35-yard line for the Broncs. I think this is that was a it may have been a penalty on the Broncs, given where they're lined up, but he pointed the incorrect direction. So the referee did anyways. Because it was a 15-yard penalty to be issued on the ensuing kick, and it was against Rock Springs. They wouldn't be kicking it here from the 35. So I think he pointed the incorrect way. Our referee did. But nonetheless, 35. It's going to be a free kick after the safety. So it's a 49-10 lead for the Broncs. On the range scoreboard. And 5:07 to play here. The kick is away, and it definitely should be fieldable for Rock Springs after the penalty. And it is going to be fieldable at the 3-yard line. And surrounded by Broncs. But breaking away. Another good return up to the 30... about the 31-yard line. Pretty good return there, again, from Rock Springs. In plus territory to start this drive. Start from the 31 officially, where they'll put them. And with about 5 minutes left, we'll see how long they'll drag out. They'll drag out this drive. First play from scrimmage is a run right up the middle, and a gain maybe 1 yard on the play. And there, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Pickup of 1. They're up to the 32-yard line. 4:31 to go here on the range scoreboard. 49-12. lead for the Broncs. Again, this one feels like it's all but wrapped up here. It's going to be a carry up the middle, this time from their quarterback. And that one's going to be wrapped up pretty early as well. Only 2 yards there. You have Kaysen Cahill, the one carrying that one. That's their quarterback now. Rock Springs' quarterback. They have their backups in. And that one's up to the 34-yard line. Got to get to the 41 to get a first down. So it'll be 3rd and about 7 here. We'll be back at home next week. Broncs will be. Hopefully. Hopefully, obviously. Given this week's conundrum. And 3rd and 7 play. Cahill's going to roll right, try to throw towards the first down marker, but caught in front of the marker and then goes out of bounds before he gets the first down. Still going to be about 2 yards away. I believe it was Santiago Cruz who made that catch out there. It's going to be 4th and about 3. Gets up to the 38-yard line. Needs to get to the 41 for the first down. And they're going to keep their offense out there, obviously. This late in the game, 3:31 to go in the 4th. 49-12 lead for the Broncs on the range scoreboard. Cahill's going to roll to his right again, throw over towards the right, but it's dropped by the Rock Springs receiver. That was intended for Braden Smith, but he dropped it, and now the Broncs will take over on the 38-yard line after the turnover on downs. And we're going to probably start to see a lot more of the subs get in here. And that is what we are going to see. We'll have a timeout actually called here by Rock Springs. But Blaine Phillips is going out there for the Broncs to quarterback now as they're taking out the starters in this game for the Broncs. This is all but finished. 3:27 left to go here in the 4th quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Bronc football here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Moss Holders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Moss Holders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Moss Holders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Moss Holders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Moss Holders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Bronc football. It was a little late coming back. I apologize, but a big run there. Let me get you a number, actually. Big run there by, I believe that's 88. Yeah, that's Braden Brutlag. Braden Brutlag. Brutlag, I think is how you say it. Brutlag, 20, all the way up to the 24-yard line. Started at the 38, so about to 14-yard run. 24. And now another handoff, this time back up the middle and brought down at about the 22, so only a gain of 2 there. After the big run from Braden Brutlag. Lathan Underwood had the carry there on that 2-yarder. And it's going to be 2nd and 8. 2:34 left here in this one. 49-12 lead. Broncs, I keep saying Broncos. Broncs are going to win their 38th game in a row. Continue their undefeated season. It's another handoff up the middle. Braxton Crow had the carry there. Gets a couple yards up to the 20-yard line, 19-yard line. But a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 5. Right now, across the rest of 4A action right now. I'm going to try to time this correctly, obviously. We got another play that's about to happen here, so give me just a second. Blaine Phillips set in the backfield. And it's going to be another handoff, this time to the receiver front, and it's Braden Brutlag, and he's going to make a couple defenders miss, get up to the 3-yard line, nearly gets in. They're going to stop him at about the 4, actually. So good run. And that's all the way up to, that's a 15-yard run up to the 4-yard line is where they're going to mark them. In other games, we got Cheyenne East, Cheyenne Central Capital City Bowl going on right now. That's a close one. That one's in the fourth quarter. 17-15 lead for Cheyenne East. So Central putting on a pretty good game there. Natrona County, our host for tonight, they're over at Kelly Walsh. It's the Oil Bowl there. It's a 27-0 lead for Natrona County right now. 27-0 lead over Kelly Walsh. As the Broncs are okay with just kneeling this one out. Got a minute and 10 seconds left. The clock is running. And they're just going to kneel this one out and finish off the game. Ty Gilbertson and the rest of the starters are back out there. And they are going to wrap this one up. So a good victory by the Broncs. 49-12 is what the official score is going to be. And on the rest of the scores here tonight, the most updated ones I got, Laramie leading Cheyenne South 48-0 in the third quarter in that one. And then Campbell County in the Coal Bowl, as they're calling it. That one's early on still. That one started at 7 o'clock as Ty Gilbertson takes another knee here. And that will wrap up this game. Campbell County leading that Coal Bowl 14-0. And if that score stands, it'll be a matchup of undefeateds here in a couple of weeks. So we will see what that one looks like here in just a little bit. A couple good games coming up here tonight, though. Broncs win 49-12 against Rock Springs. Kind of had a weird start, an interesting home game, probably the weirdest home game these guys will ever have because it's not a home game at all, even though it's supposed to be a home game. Weird start, 10-0 lead. Rock Springs jumped out to start the game, and then the Broncs scored 49 unanswered. Went up 49-10. They got that safety. Rock Springs got that safety towards the end of this fourth quarter, and that was the extent of the scoring, essentially. 49-12, the victory for the Broncs. They stay undefeated, win their 38th game in a row, and they will be back next week, hopefully in Sheridan. Hopefully in Sheridan. We will see how everything works out, and again, we'll keep you updated there, obviously. With all of the updated information as we get it. But as it stands right now, we're hoping that they will be back at home for their scheduled home game in Sheridan here pretty soon. That'll be next week, taking on Campbell County. And then their last game of the season will be on the road at Laramie to end the season. That's October 25th, so another road trip for them. But next week, a big game. If that score holds over there in Gillette, it's 14-0 the last update I got with Campbell County leading, It will be a huge matchup. Campbell County kind of returning back to the old days, if you will. The Camels returning back to their glory days as an undefeated team, kind of vying for position with the Sheridan Broncs. And if that score holds over there in Gillette, like I said, then they will be meeting. Broncs will be meeting another undefeated team in Sheridan. And it's homecoming weekend as well that weekend. So a lot of interesting prospects for next weekend if that score holds. 14-0 in the Coal Bowl, with Campbell County leading 14-0. Broncs win it here tonight, 49-12 on the range scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to wait for head coach Jeff Maury to get up here, and we will have our post-game interview with him. We'll talk about some of the stuff we saw, some of the insights from head coach Jeff Maury. Broncs win 49-12 on the range scoreboard. You've been listening to Bronc Football. We'll be right back here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
You save, we give. Hi, this is Andrew with First Northern Bank of Wyoming. I'm sure you've heard about our Roundup program by now, but did you know so far this year we've matched over $15,000 that we've donated to nonprofits in our communities? This quarter we are giving to local youth services. If you haven't enrolled, stop by and see us at 29 North Gould Street to learn more and enroll today. You save, we give. It's a win for you and the community. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, investing in Wyoming communities since 1885. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hungry? Got $5? McDonald's has you covered. Introducing the all-new $5 meal deal. Choose between a juicy McDouble or a McChicken sandwich, but wait, you'll also get a small fry, small drink, and a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, all for just $5. That's right, $5. So why wait? Head to McDonald's now and grab the $5 meal deal. Better yet, download the mobile app and save even more money and time by ordering ahead. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Online banking is fast and convenient with Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. If you have a smartphone, you can do your banking from anywhere, including remote deposit. Just take a picture of your check and send it. It's that easy. And you'll instantly have access to the first $200 available and the rest shortly thereafter. Yep, banking is that easy with remote deposit at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, equal housing lender.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100. This is the First Federal Postgame Show. We'll be back to wrap up tonight's game right after this from First Federal.
First Federal Bank and Trust presents the final Dining for a Cause of the year at Frackleton's on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m.
We're supporting the Sheridan College Foundation with scholarships for Sheridan College veteran students.
Frackleton's will donate all restaurant sales and tips, plus First Federal Bank and Trust and the Keeney Foundation will provide an additional match of up to $10,000 each.
This will be an exciting Dining for a Cause on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m. with proceeds benefiting the Sheridan College Foundation.
Dining for a Cause, presented by Frackleton's and
First Federal Bank and Trust.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
We're joined now by Jeff Maury, Coach Jeff Maury. undefeated. Interesting start to this game.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was up here. I was a little bit worried. I was like, whoa, that's a start we haven't seen from this Bronc team so far. Tell me what happened in that conversation afterwards.
Yeah, we came out and tried to take a shot over the top, and we didn't execute it very cleanly, obviously, and threw the pick, and Rock Springs took advantage of it, and went down 7-0 pretty quickly, and then got back out there on offense, and then, again, 3 and out. We just didn't execute. When I look at it on film, we have the stuff there, and we're just not executing it. We throw a little bubble, and we cut inside of a block where we could get 10 yards, and just didn't execute cleanly right off the bat, and they get up 10-0, and we have not been down 10-0 in a long time.
I was thinking that same thing.
And so it was a good test for us to see what we were going to do to answer the bell, and our guys came out, and after that 10-0 start, really had a phenomenal second quarter and tail end of the first quarter, and finished the half on a lot better note than we started it, that's for sure.
Yep. The misdirection that they were running, Rock Springs, they had some of those misdirection runs that got some open field and whatnot. Give us some insight into that and how you guys were able to kind of fix that a little bit as the game went on.
We were stopping them with 2-3 yards. We were reading our keys well. Their guards will typically take you to the ball, and they run some of that misdirection, and our eyes got in the backfield instead of our keys, and we may take one step the wrong way. They have some speed, and they got out in the open, and luckily our guys were playing over the top. They weren't able to break any huge ones, bigger than we'd like, but we've just got to be disciplined. An offense like that, they'll just do it over and over and over, and then they'll slip that quick one in there, and we've got to continue to read our keys. We think we're starting to get a feel of their offense, and then all of a sudden they throw that at us, and so got to just read our keys, and they answered the bell though even after those bigger plays.
You mentioned watching the ball, and as a guy up here not having any keys other than to basically watch the ball, I was having difficulty even following the ball. I was basically just following your guys as defenders to see who had the ball at that point. So it was a good job by the Broncs to be able to recover from a couple of those misdirection plays that did gash them a little bit. Not too bad, but a couple of 20-plus yard, 15-plus yard runs in there. Campbell County next week after this win. Campbell County, last time I checked, leading 14-0, and that's going to be a big game. Homecoming, I believe, next week as well. Any insight into how to prepare for that game? They love to throw the ball around as well. They're kind of back into themselves. I mean, Campbell County's looking like themselves how they used to before Thunder Basin came around and whatnot.
Yeah, Campbell County's a very good football team. They got a Drew, young man that, if you've watched any high school sports for the past 4 years, he's a stud. Basketball, football, baseball, he just does it all. And he's committed to the University of Wyoming, and I understand is going down there at Christmas time, at semester time. And so he's a very, very good quarterback. He can sling it. I mean, we're going to have to play over the top big time. And then they have a very fast receiver, leading receiver in the state that they throw over the top to a lot. And then anytime you can do that, you can loosen up a defense, and then they run the ball. And they have a very good running back that led the last year, I think, in rushing yards as a junior. And so very good, potent offense that we're going to have to be very, very disciplined and physical with. To be honest, we haven't watched any film on them yet. We've seen the scores, and we know they're athletes, but we haven't watched any film. So we're going to have to break it down this weekend and make sure our guys are ready to roll. We've got to have 4 solid practices to prep for that. And we've had a lot of distractions. The smoke, our practices, we weren't sure if we're inside or if we're outside. And then we come down here for a home game. And so everything's been a little bit different. We've got to get locked back in, and whatever happens with the smoke and everything like that, we've just got to be ready to play our game.
Yeah, and for me up here, I kind of just equated that first couple of minutes. I was like, this is just kind of a weird situation these guys are in. Yeah. Not really experienced before. So I kind of equated it to that, and then the other insight you gave me there. So, next week, hopefully back at home. That's the big thing. Hopefully back at home, a homecoming situation. We'll see what else we can get out of Campbell County in the game that they're going to put together probably. They're playing Thunder Basin right now. And, again, last I checked, up 14-0. So 2 undefeateds as it stands right now, probably going to meet in Sheridan for homecoming. Should be a lot of fun. And we'll have it all right back here. Coach?
If you can't get ready for that one, our guys should be amped up for two undefeated teams at home. Senior night, homecoming, lots of things going on. Our kids hopefully will bring a lot of excitement. It should be a fun place to be.
Yeah, be excited. So, Coach, thank you very much for joining us. Good game again.
Nice work on calling it.
Thank
first
you.
time,
I appreciate
James.
it.
Second time, I guess.
Second time, Second time officially, again, appreciate you coming up. Thank you again. Great game. And hopefully we'll see you at home next Friday.
Thanks, James.
Absolutely.